Yo, sorry about the delay. Hold up. What are you going through? Hold up. Okay, there we go. Okay. Funday. I know I don't stream on Sundays, but because I have a break tomorrow, so I figured why not. And we only watched videos yesterday. So today I kind of feel like playing some games, but we'll see. We'll see where it goes. I found this thing on itch.io called the Haunted PlayStation 1 demo disc, and that looks super interesting. I love the old school horror graphics, you know? But I don't like those I know every streamer and every like gamer has played it before. Those sets of like VHS horror games that are super loud. I forget what they're called. Like, you guys probably know what I'm talking about. The ones that are super loud, and that's the jump scare. I think those are kind of lame. This one, actually, I'll show you guys. I have it open right now. This one actually looks super cool, guys. Haunted PS1 demo disc 2021. How crazy does this look? Got a bunch of games. I probably might play like 1 or 2 games tonight, and then record the rest. Maybe. I'm eyeing this one. It kind of looks like a haunted Gmod. Looks super cool. But we'll see. For now though, let's just sit back, relax, vibe a bit, and watch some videos. Before we do anything, guys, did you know you can watch the Bionicle movies on YouTube from this channel? Full-length movies. 60 FPS, 1080p. What the hell? I might actually need to binge watch some of these later on. Yeah, I cannot possibly believe that they would let you watch this on stream. I'll probably copyright the shit out of it, so oh well. Next time, baby. Watch it in my own time. But for now, let's watch a couple videos. I believe... Let's have a look here. Daily Dose is a new video. No, just the 2. Watch it when Daily Dose uploads another one. Watch 3 videos. Alright, let's watch some ordinary sausage for now. Do I know my ABCs? Yes. Night's snack of choice. Mangoes. Cubed. Oh yeah. What are we up to? Raisin sausage. Catfish. I think that might actually be good. BLT. Oh, that can't be bad. Alright, let's go. It seems like every week we have like a joke video and then a proper one. Yeah, at the rate we're going, we're gonna get a joke video and then 2 proper videos. That's great. I like that. Ordinary sausage bro. His upload schedule matches our viewership rate. Alright, let's go. This is ordinary sausage, and the first video is the raisin sausage. 0 out of 5. It cannot be good. Also, I apologize if you guys hear any background noise. Also, I just realized my music was still going on. I apologize if you guys hear any loud background noise. People aren't asleep yet, so yeah. You might hear some chatter here and there. Also, I have my window open, so yeah, my bad. It's hot, alright? Leave me alone. Okay, ordinary sausage, raisin sausage, 0 out of 5. Let's go. Let me just turn off the music. Turn off. Alright, let's go.
Requesting raisin sausage? This one's for you. YouTube
Comment suggestions.
There we go.
Oh god.
It's like the day after Thanksgiving. I wonder if this is some sort of ancient recipe. The benefits of being a doctor.
I do like raisins, but this is gonna be gross.
Wow. That's a steamer. It blew a little bit. I'll split the difference and give that 1.5 Mark Ruffalos. Here we go. Ow. Oh yeah, that's prime duty right there. God, it looks like a dead slug pooped out of duty. All right, so here we go.
0.
Well, it's a pretty gosh darn awful sausage. 0 out of 5.
Bop, bop, bop,
Pop,
bop,
pop. Up next, fried catfish sausage. I think this is gonna be pretty good. I've never had catfish before, but I can go wrong.
Yeah, welcome back.
I guess.
I guess. Fried catfish, a staple of southern cuisine, ruined by me today. Pepper, salt, Creole seasoning, garlic powder, celery seeds. Corn.
Oh yeah, get the finger in there.
Flour, too much flour.
Delicious.
Seasoning, stir, eggs.
No, eggshell.
Dredge.
Honestly, it was fried. How bad can it be? Oh,
All right, well, this may
Dude.
be too much catfish.
fried fish fillet. What's wrong with that?
I don't think we need a regrind. Some funky Dixieland pretty mama, come and take me by the shot.
Although now that I think about it, fish sausage sounds really weird.
In 3, 2, 1, let's sausage.
It doesn't look that bad. Sizing
Never seen a
issues
perfect
aside.
amazing like this before. Will it blow? Well, it's got some stick. Well, it
Stickage.
did have some sticking power to it. I'm gonna have to give that one a
That's a
blow.
4.
2 Mark
Ooh,
Ruffalo.
really? It's stuck.
Here we go. Let's open it up and see how we did.
It
Looks pretty
honestly,
good inside.
it looks pretty good.
That's too much. That's too much sausage.
Like a filet-o-fish in a
sausage and stew.
sausage
Here we
form.
go. Trying it with a little cocktail sauce. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. This is a 5 out of 5 sausage. It
5 out of
tastes like
5?
Delicious fried catfish. The texture is perfect, the firmness is perfect, and the taste is amazing. It checks off all the boxes. I gotta give this.
What did I say before?
here a 5
Because
out of
I was thinking
5.
like a 4. Damn. Okay.
bop, 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 bop.
5 out of 5. I've never had catfish before, so I'll have to try it one day. Can you even get it over here in Australia? Alright, up next, BLT sausage.
Wait until you're dead when you can sleep today. That's why I was excited to have Helix Sleep sponsor this video. And
Oh,
just
damn.
what is Helix Sleep? Just the makers of the best premium mattresses and bedding this side of the Mississippi. Heck, probably even the other side. Everybody sleeps a little different, and Helix knows that. So they made a sleep quiz that matches your unique body type and sleep preferences to the perfect mattress for you. It's based on different
How do you guys sleep?
positions and firmness
I'm a side
preferences. They got
sleeper.
something for everybody.
I lie on my
sleep on
side.
my back and like my mattress to have a little bit of firmness, but not too much. Based on my results, Helix matched me with their Dusk Lux mattress. I've been sleeping on my mattress for a few months now, and I've never slept better in my life. I'm out like a light, and I sleep through the night. And my back pain is actually
His
gone.
mattress looks too soft for me, though.
The
I
best
sleep on
part
like a
is,
brick.
I didn't have to go anywhere to get it. Helix delivers the mattress right to your door for free. Nervous about buying something you haven't tried? Helix has a 100-night sleep trial, so you get more than 3 months to make sure you 100% love it. If
That's
you
pretty
don't,
cool.
they'll pick it up for you and give you a full refund. Plus, Helix mattresses have a 10-year warranty, and they even offer financing options and flexible payment plans. So a great night's sleep is never far away. I love my Helix and think you would too. If you're looking
If you guys are in the States, check out Helix.
Click
This
the
link.
below in the
Ordinary
description
sausage.
box
Let's
or
go.
helixsleep.com/ordinary sausage and get up to $200
Why is my
off
camera
your
always so
Helix
off?
mattress. That's helixsleep.com/ordinary sausage to get up to $200 off your new Helix mattress. Hey there, folks, and
Welcome back. I guess.
Okay, so we have lettuce, plate bacon, bread, mayonnaise, and a tomato. It's the BLT
Ew, red ring of death.
sausage. Look at these fancy lettuce leaves. I should give it just like one fat tomato slice. We could just use this hunker.
A tomato patty?
In my heart, I know this isn't enough bacon.
Whoa.
Now we got enough bacon. So just
American bacon is so weird.
Do we need 2 pieces of that?
We're getting chips.
Crucialist part of this whole element is doing one of these things here. I don't know. I can't tell if that looks decent or if it looks like crap. If this
That's
was
way too
serving
much
me at a
mayo for me, dude.
restaurant, I'd say, what the heck? It's, you know, it's okay.
Actually, I was thinking 4 out of 5, but I think the lettuce and tomato and bread are gonna overpower the bacon.
It's regrind time. I need some songs.
Maybe a 3.
Guys.
I'm guessing a 3.
All right, then 3, 2, 1. Let's sausage.
It doesn't look too bad.
This blow was sponsored by Helix Sleep, but we watched the commercial already.
Doesn't look too bad. Oh, that's sad.
So we got some wall contact on that. I'll give this a 1.5 Mark Ruffalos.
Respectable.
Here we go. This is gonna be an oily boy.
You.
A beautiful looking sausage, if I do say so myself. But let's see what it looks like on the inside. That looks mighty tasty, if you ask me.
It honestly looks pretty good.
Tasting table and taste.
Although I still think it's a 3 out of 5. Looks gonna be deceiving.
We got fan mail to open. All right, let's see what we got here. It's a cute little sausage guy right there. Thank you, Glue Ghost. Let's taste the sausage
The
here.
fan mail was looking robust.
This is one of the best. This is one of the best tasting sausages that I've ever had on the show here. It's not very solid at all.
Yeah.
But taste wise, it's
I figured the texture would be weird.
Dinger. If it weren't for the mushiness, this would be a 5 out of 5 sausage. But still, one heck of a tasty sausage.
4?
So I'm gonna have to give this sausage here a 4 out of 5.
Damn, okay.
Bop, 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 bop.
Hey, it's the mayonnaise that made it better.
I dropped it. Look at that. No problems whatsoever. Whoops.
That's awesome. Thank you, Ordinary Sausage. Make sure you guys check out Ordinary Sausage's link, Helix Sleep, if you're in the States. I don't know if it's applicable overseas, but yeah. If it is, check it out. Anywho, let's move on to some unusual memes. Oh, Jesus. Sorry. Pardon me. Unusual Memes compilation 170 by Unusual Videos. Let's check it out. Oh my. You leave it in there for an hour? What? What did you think was gonna happen? Wow. You gotta be so passed out. Jesus. I have many questions. Why is there an outlet on the ceiling?
Here's a construction tip. You stick a nail in a piece of lumber, and then if you just drive it in, and then it'll just be right there.
Nice. Yo.
If you aim that at me, I swear to God. Alicia, come here.
Good one. No.
So we got the new PC setup running 420 gear turbo with a calculator for faster calculations, K&N air filter in the back with a
Wait, that's crazy. What the hell?
zajebiste naleśniki. Zajebiste, kurwa. Przyklejone, kurwa, do tej patelni jebanej.
Right?
Ty kurwo jebana na komendzie!
Oh, okay, never mind.
Pen down on a fucking blanket and it evaporated. No.
What the fuck, bro, doing? What the hell?
Whoa! Isn't that a Club Penguin dance? Just busting it wide open, nice. Oh! Damn.
This is only £5 chicken burger and chips. So nice, such a bargain, and proper nice as well.
Yeah, do we want to put a log on the fire? You want a log on the fire?
Bruh.
Come here. Can you hit like the bush, do you think? Well, now's the time. You're good.
Let's go!
Actually went really well.
You mind?
Oh, look at that. You found it.
I found it.
That means we can fix your car.
Funday mocha, anything else?
Yeah, and then what would you like?
A double smoked bacon, cheddar and egg, breakfast
And then one double smoked bacon, egg, and cheg.
You got it. Anything else? But where is you expecting to go?
You understood that? Jeez. Oh no!
This cat is having the best night. He's like, he went from having no lasagna to being fed like lasagna like 3 times.
Oh! God damn! Oh, we're gonna split that in half. Let's go! Come on, Simon Belmont. Oh, nice. Is that up to code? Why not just drive a reach? Or better yet, why are you Ugh.
Who the fuck threw a boulder at the fucking puppy?
What?
Are you supposed to be on the couch? Hmm?
You good?
Are you supposed to be on the couch?
Oh, hello.
Griffin, I'm trying to take a shower. Can you please close the fucking door? Gosh, damn, pissing me off.
What was that? Actually, that should be my next instrument to buy, is a harmonica. That'd be funny. Rare. Yo. Oh no. Wasting water, dude. Not cool. Is that little pepperoni bites? Are you swimming your dog?
One, and 2. And dance.
Oh no. Hey. Don't worry. I'll be right here. Anyways, it's getting late. Good night. Alright. Thank you, unusual videos. I like that. Very much. That's cute. Now, I think I've only watched one Sumito video on stream. And it was pretty funny. Let's go for another one. I love my man Sumito. He's awesome. So let's watch this latest video. Too horrible for memes. R/2 sentence horror. I love his brand of comedy.
I know this may come as a disappointment to everybody currently writing Sumeto Media fanfiction, but I am in fact not a furry. Though if I were to have a persona, I have to imagine I might be a scaredy cat. As far as I can remember, I have always had trouble sitting through scary movies. Horror in general just shakes me to my core. I don't exactly know what it is. I've tried playing horror games.
Hey, I used to be scared.
They don't go super well. You guys have seen me on Internet Historian's live channel trying to deal with relatively spooky tropes while buying a house in a role-playing game, and even that got my heartbeat racing. I do want to clarify.
Wait, really? I want to watch that.
I
watch it later.
love horror as a genre, just as much as anyone else who can sit through every scary movie in existence. Even though I can't do that, the shivers that I feel down my spine when something makes me feel creepy in just the right way, I enjoy that just as much as everyone else. But jump scares just kill my vibe, bro. I believe it started in high school. I had a group of female friends that I was mutually friends with through other friends, and they invited me and a group of my boys to come over and watch scary movies. And my choices were to go and watch.
Right, he had friends that invited him to do things.
Making a first impression with, or get no bitches. So naturally, I went to the movie night. We watched Case 39, starring Sandra Bullock, and that movie has so many jump scares. It's not even that scary of a movie as far as horror movies go, but there's so many.
Movies that rely on jump scare kind of sucks, dude.
Into the movie,
because you have no substance.
Sitting on the couch watching the film. I'm in the kitchen just hyperventilating because I can't look in the direction of the TV anymore. And I've just never recuperated from that. This pattern continued through basically the rest of high school, as basically everybody.
I used to be a massive scaredy cat too. I don't know what changed. Now I just love horror.
Have her piss herself while watching Insidious 2 with you on the couch. As a proxy, I watched a few more horror movies.
To be fair, I haven't watched much horror movies. I play more horror games though.
Insidious, this and that. The problem with not
maybe it's a lack of control.
Movies is that as a student of comedy, like, you can't ignore the trope in its entirety because so much comedy is based on classic horror. Look at the original scary movies from the Wayans brothers. Look at the episode of SpongeBob when they keep the Krusty Krab open until midnight.
The hash-slinging slasher.
In order to appreciate comedy. Eventually, I decided I needed to catch up with some of these because it seemed like people were enjoying them even if it was killing me inside every minute that I would sit through them. So I would do the next best thing. I would read the plot synopsis of these popular horror movies so that I could get the gist of what's going on.
You psych yourself up for it.
It's been an incredible medium for me. I get the plot twists, I get the spookiness, psychological thrillers and stuff get explained in the details. I get to enjoy it through that medium. And over the course of like 10 minutes, I get a nice slight spooking, and I don't need to sit an hour and 20 minutes about to piss myself, worried something's gonna jump up on the screen at any given moment. Does this make me a giant baby? Yes. Of course this makes me a giant baby. Did I get laid exactly 0 times in high school?
Yes.
I got laid exactly 0 times in high school, but there is a bright side to this. Because I spent so much time reading the plot synopses to these horror movies, I have gained a strong affinity and expertise in the genre of horror that is through the medium of written text. Scary stories to tell in the dark, I guess, is... Ooh, that didn't come out as cool as I thought it would come out. So before you can appreciate 2-sentence horrors, you kind of have to first appreciate...
Right, this is like the example of people who know things in theory, but never in practice.
It's basically just a story. It comes from copy pasta, which is just like a slew of words, or like a, what the fuck you say to me, you little shit, I'll let you know I have so many confirmed kills. You know, like the long blocks of text that people would just copy and then paste as like a meme. That is a copy pasta. A amalgamation of
That's where
words
creepypastas came from.
Sort of recognize as a whole.
Creepy copy pastas.
Sort of a shit post. Creepypastas take that to a next level by being basically nothing like a copy pasta, but still using the word pasta and being creepy. These have some classic examples like Siren Head, Slender Man, Jeff the Killer, Abandoned by Disney, Smile Dog. I'm sure you recognize some of these. Some of the more famous ones.
I'd love to revisit some of those creepypastas. I used to love creepypastas.
They try to
maybe I'll make
like
some
real,
videos
like,
reading
hey,
some of my favorite ones.
Nickelodeon back when SpongeBob first started or when The Simpsons first started. Obviously, we can't go over every creepypasta that I've ever read because they're so incredibly lengthy, but I do want to touch on a couple that I feel are vital to the culture of creepypastas. The first one is Dead Bart, a person who claimed to be working for Nickelodeon, or for The Simpsons at the time, sorry, was in the final producer's room. Basically, they would send you a basically finished episode.
Man, I missed
do a
this.
final review of it to make sure that everything was okay.
Let me just pause you right this minute. Dude, I miss the times when creepypastas would start off with like, I was looking for a specific Pokemon cartridge, Pokemon Yellow, but the local GameStop ran out. But there was an old man in the alleyway who had a cartridge without the official label, and it was just a taped on label that says Pokemon Yellow in marker. Like, that kind of weird, like, opening. I miss that stuff, man. It's so cliche. It's so unrealistic, but man, I miss those days, man. Creepypastas, gaming creepypastas back in the day, they were the bee's knees of cheap horror that I really enjoy.
A tape titled 7G06 for an episode of The Simpsons. They didn't know who wrote it. They didn't know who edited
Lost media.
It. It just showed up in the film room, and they started watching it. And it started just like every other episode of The Simpsons, with them going on a plane trip. Bart breaks one of the windows, falls out, and then in a drastic change in attitude for the show, it has these hyper-realistic images of
hyper-realistic blood. There we go. Let's go.
And destroyed on the ground. And the creepy part was all the detail in it. Didn't look animated. It looked hyper-realistic. It wasn't the art style. It almost looked like photographs.
I miss that, dude.
Dead body. It was so crazy. After they saw the episode, the person who wrote the creepypasta claimed to have called the police. The police couldn't figure out who made the video. Nobody on the Simpsons team could figure out who made the video. And apparently he left a few months afterwards, and nobody had ever talked about it since. And it became this whole thing. This was a great creepypasta. I read it in its heyday. I read it at a time where it wasn't just confirmed false. There was a little.
The video couldn't read until the age of 14, bruh.
Incredible story of a real thing that happened, and oh my God, what is going on here? How could I have bumped into such a gem of information? Why is nobody doing anything to save this kid who seems to have been killed in this episode of The Simpsons? It was ridiculous. Obviously, looking back at it, it was just, yet another story written for clicks on the web. But the quality of the writing, the realism that you felt,
some of the creepypastas are bangers, dude.
Stupid little creepy story is really what brought it to life. A lot of these creepypastas are very samey. They follow a lot of the same story points, a lot of the same tropes, because at the end of the day, it is just sort of like amateur writing. If you watch the episode of In the Field with internet historian and Many Kudos, they do their own sort of creepypasta, and a lot of it feels familiar because it is just sort of all recycled storytelling.
Before we let Samita continue, I gotta have like a few recommendations for you guys if you're ever interested. Tales from Wendell Lane. It's a series of short horror stories that take place in sort of like the same universe. The Anansi Goatman's always good. Actually, if you guys can find Budaha's old haunted gaming playlist, I know some people have uploaded it. Definitely check it out because Budaha actually, after he does a reading, he reviews it as well. And like gives us like a little insight on what works and what doesn't work. Good stuff. Some Ordinary Gamers, Mudaha, Haunted Gaming, check it out.
Gimmicks to make it as spooky as possible. A kid buys a used copy of Pokemon Red and he loads up the save file, but all the Pokemon have their heads ripped off.
I said that was similar.
Poisoned, and there's a demonic voice every time he gets to a gym leader.
Missing no ghost.
Just realistic enough to be plausible, just crazy enough of a story that is
Ben drowned, classics.
You can prove elsewise, so a little part of you believes that it might be true. Another one of the most famous ones that sort of follows the same idea as Dead Bart is Squidward's Suicide, otherwise known as Red Mist.
There's also the Mickey Mouse one as well.
Someone interning at Nickelodeon, and he goes to watch an unaired episode of the SpongeBob SquarePants. The type is titled Squidward Suicide, which everybody just sort of laughs at, thinking it's like an office prank or something. And it starts with Squidward getting ready for a concert. He goes to perform the concert. Everybody boos Squidward, and then it cuts to a scene of him sitting on a bed with a shotgun. And slowly as it zooms in on his face, as his eyes get more red, which is why it's titled Red Mist, there's this demonic voice in the background. Evidently there's fast one-frame flashes of like dead babies and mutilated corpses. Eventually, as the voice tells Squidward to do it, he blows his brains out with the shotgun. And
Yo, these days are so spoiled on actual good media. Back on the old internet, this was like as good as it gets in terms of like indie horror.
Spooky stuff. There's probably 100 more creepypastas that were written just like it.
Now it's a dime a dozen.
Enough, in the episode SpongeBob in Random Land in season 12, a real episode of SpongeBob SquarePants, he opens like a random door or a vortex or something, and it has a SpongeBob-esque rendition of Squidward with the red eyes.
Ooh.
The creators of the show, the writers of the show,
acknowledged
had
it.
obviously read this age-old copy pasta
Nice.
and sort of paid a little bit of homage to it in a real episode of SpongeBob SquarePants.
That's crazy, dude.
Super cool to see.
Yeah.
Although I think some of the writers had to backtrack and then explain on Twitter that this was just them giving a shout out to a piece of internet culture. They're not confirming any part of the Squidward suicide
The
story
SpongeBob
was
deep
true.
lore.
They said it is, quote, far from canon, and just want to lay a blanket statement that that definitely did not happen. Wink, wink. This is not a video about me showing how cool it is to read scary stories in order to validate the fact that I am unable
Honestly,
to
I feel like reading spooky stuff might
Totally
actually be
not
even
what I'm trying
worse.
to do.
Could you imagine it?
That is kind of what I'm trying to do here. Cupcakes is a creepypasta originally posted to the /co board of 4chan by Drecker Jones under the pen name Sergeant Sprinkles. In the story, Rainbow Dash visits Pinkie Pie after getting invited by her to the bakery. Rainbow Dash was told she'd be making cupcakes with Pinkie Pie. However, Pinkie Pie knocks her out with a drink. Rainbow Dash
Excuse
is
me?
taken to a dark room full of severed pony heads. Pinkie Pie
What?
states that she will be making cupcakes out of Rainbow Dash. The story describes the ways that Pinkie Pie mutilates Rainbow Dash to death, and the story ends with Apple Bloom joining Pinkie Pie, who is now making cupcakes out of Diamond Tiara. I don't remember this episode of My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Original creepypastas were
I've never seen the show,
extremely
never
long
interested,
in
so I don't know.
because they really sort of had to draw you into the story.
I think it's a
Not
juxtaposition
only
of
was the
a
story
kiddie
itself
show with
relatively
actual
long
like
and kind of
gore.
detail-ridden, but it also had to set the stage of, hey, my friend sent me this game and he told me to destroy it, but I played it and it was a haunted version of Sonic. Or I used to
Sonic.exe, hell yeah, dude. I gotta play that on the channel sometime.
Sort of plausibility to why this story might be reaching you and you specifically, and you should not tell everybody about it because there might be repercussions. And they became these 6, 7, 10-page long things, a lot of which was repetitive. It's basically impossible to read through any of these without bumping into the phrase mutilated corpses or hyper-realistic. It's just the same tropes over and over again. As time progressed, these horror stories became more condensed, more distilled, so that they could more quickly get you to the creepiness without wasting your time on the ambiance around it as people had started
Actually
to get
true.
used to it,
Yeah.
which I believe gave birth to the super short horror stories that we would first see on Tumblr and then later posted to the subreddit 2-sentence horror. Editors note this might not be the exact
2-sentence
timeline of
horror.
what
I've
led
actually
to
not been
2-sentence
there because I
horror,
don't
but
use Reddit.
if I didn't have all this backstory to lead up to it, this video would be like 3 minutes long, and I can't be expected to get everything right. I don't do research. I'm not some sort of historian of the internet, okay? I'm more
Is he
like
some kind of
a
nerd?
medium of the Sumeto, if you will. How can I explain 2-sentence horror? Well, I guess I just did. I mean, it says what it does on the tin. It's a subreddit on Reddit, and it's set up really cool because all the stories have to be 2 sentences, which means like the title of the post will be the premise or the setup, the thing that's gonna set up a preconceived notion of what's gonna happen, and then it subverts your expectations once you click into the post and see the twist in the story. And the best ones are
That's actually really cool.
well done. All my life, my parents have told me not to open the basement door, but I got curious and disobeyed them. Very spooky. What could they be hiding in the basement that they don't want this kid to see? And then you get to the second sentence. What is that glowing ball in the sky and why does it hurt my eyes? Oh my God, the horror. He wasn't being kept out of the basement. They were locking him in the basement. I'm kind of like joking about it, but this is actually a pretty well done one. When
No,
the
that's
kidnapper
cool.
made me guess where he kept my daughter, I went for the basement and he said correct, allowing me to see her. But when I found her severed head in there, I learned that every other choice would be correct as well.
Ooh.
Very spooky, very hyper-realistic, very mutilated, follows all the same rules of the spooky creepypastas, and it only took 10 seconds to read.
Custer to chase.
The threshold for the people that can now write spooky internet nonsense has
Is there
been
like a
lowered to the
spooky
ground.
Twitter account or something like
Speaking,
that
if you
does
wanted
this?
to
That's
write
pretty cool.
9 pages of horror that was somewhat believable and very spooky all the way through, you had to have at least a little bit of writing chops. But now that the bar is just 2 sentences, I mean, anybody could write a 2-sentence horror, except no, absolutely not. They cannot. So I don't know if this is the first instance of 2-sentence horror going a little bit downhill, but my attention was drawn to this by Fred's mom on my Discord server, who said to check out 2-sentence horror's The Creature, which is a trope in 2-sentence horror. As you guys have seen, there's already been so many tropes in the precursor to 2-sentence horrors that it was only a matter of time before they started to get a little bit samey as well. Let's see how bad it could be. It almost feels like Christmas, except I've got no eggnog. Thankfully, I can just milk some from my creature.
What?
That's not all that spooky, my dude. I ran out of ketchup, so I went down to the basement. The creature whimpered. He knows it's time for another milking session. Not scary.
No, that's
weird.
cringe.
I don't think you know where ketchup comes from. The family enjoys their milk at the table. Little do they know it was harvested from my creature. This means your creature could just be a cow.
That's awful.
In my head, the timeline wants to set the creature far back. This has been happening for a while. 2-sentence horror has been going downhill for a while, and that's what's led to 2-sentence horrible. The worst spooky stories from the subreddit of 2-sentence horrors has been beautifully cataloged by Bad 2-Sentence Horror on Twitter. And some of these are just offensively bad. My uncle just groped me. He's been dead for 10 years. Followed by 3 ghost emojis. I'm watching some football with my friend Joel. Unfortunately for him, Joel is going to explode into bloody chunks of delicious human meat in about 3 minutes and 52 seconds.
That is
You're
awful.
not even trying. My son was reported missing last week. They found him, but it's not my son. I feel like that one could almost have potential. That's the thing with 2 sentences. You don't get to work in a lot of detail because
you got to cut to the chase in a better way, dude.
I went downstairs to my kitchen, finding a freshly made batch of fried rice. As I asked myself who made it, I heard a sound behind me, realizing that the pineapple is back. What the fuck is this?
What?
Is the horror that there's pineapple in your fried rice, or is this an ongoing thing and I don't know the lore behind the pineapple killing people in this universe? I was beating my wife because she wasn't in the kitchen, but then I realized my wife was dead. Whose wife was I beating? This is just a Family Guy joke.
The other day I stubbed my toe and took it out on the dog. And 2 weeks ago I ran out of vanilla ice cream and struck my wife. And then I find
These honestly just sound like Family Guy jokes, dude.
Who the hell did I hit?
As I was lifting 425 pounds in the gym, I suddenly noticed something. This already just sounds like a flex of you at the gym. I was actually deadlifting the bloody corpses of my wife and 3 kids
awful.
that I forgot that I killed yesterday.
That's not even spooky. That's just dumb.
This is so bad. This is the worst one. This is the worst one I've ever read in my life. My girlfriend wiped the tears from my eyes with a tissue. Little did she know the tears came from the creature I have in the basement. Oh, it all comes full circle.
Comes back to the creature.
It all comes full circle. It just keeps getting worse. I hope you guys had a laugh at some of these terrible 2-sentence horrors, but
I cringed.
more importantly, I hope you have a deeper appreciation for why these are hilariously going downhill, because nobody would care if they were just bad. People care because they used to be so good and such a visceral part of the creepiness of our childhood that watching what they've become now almost feels like growing up. It's not that the stories got less scary. Maybe they're just as scary to Zoomers nowadays, but they're just
Zoomers are scared of the creature.
We've grown up and grown out of it. Maybe we.
I feel like the
are
effort
real
was
creature.
diminished.
Like and subscribe.
Hey.
Bisous.
Nah, I agree. I agree. Man, those were painful. Oh yeah, so I was on itch.io because I wanted to see some of the creativity here, and I wanted to see if there are any games I can play on within the browser, right? And there are a few. That's actually pretty cool. But I still want to watch videos, so I'll do that first. Watch another Samito video. I like his content. I like the delivery. I like the style. Samito has really good style. Also, let's look at that internet historian video. Which channel was it on? Main channel? No. God, Habit Hotel. Didn't we watch this on stream, or did I watch this on my own time? I forgot. Oh no, we watched this on stream. I remember that. Yeah. We haven't seen Art. We watch Art. British job. Audio. Let's watch another Samito video first, and then we'll watch Art. Maybe. John Cena stole all my social credit points.
Well, we knew it was going to happen eventually. I made one too many Winnie the Pooh jokes, and now my social credit score has dropped to basically 0. China won't even let me upload videos to their website anymore. Not that YouTube's available in mainland China anyway, but that still doesn't mean I don't want to be a bad role model for all of my Chinese fans. But don't you worry, I have a plan to get back every single one of my social credit points and more. And that's with this video. I believe by showcasing some of my favorite Chinese music, TikToks, and internet memes, I might be able to get back on the good side of the People's Republic of China. And before you woke idiots try to cancel me, no, this is not a pair of chopsticks in my hair, okay? It's a hairpin. I bought it right next to the chopsticks at my local H-Mart, okay? So if you'll leave me alone now, I gotta eat my volcano noodles. Which, I forgot a fork.
Fork.
Damn it.
It's okay, guys. You get the Asian pass.
2013, China's President Xi Jinping met up with Barack Obama in the United States. You guys know Barack Obama, right? From the Persona franchise?
What? Epic rap battles? Jeez.
Transition. So anyway, Xi Jinping has a picture taken of him walking with Barack Obama. And it seems like a whatever picture until it was compared to this picture of Winnie the Pooh walking with Tigger. Okay, it's one comparison.
That's one comparison, yes.
I guess. But then multiple pictures were made comparing Winnie the Pooh to Xi Jinping with other government officials and Eeyore and Piglet, and eventually it became a bit of a meme. Memes or whatever, it's nothing to get upset about, one would think. That wasn't in 2017 when China banned the airing of the Winnie the Pooh movie, Christopher Robin's, anywhere in the country. It was also
bro, when you acknowledge your meme,
trying to scrub these images,
you're gonna make it worse.
Making it clear that Xi Jinping seems to have taken it personally and no longer wants these comparisons to be made.
Wow.
And once that became public knowledge, according to the Streisand effect, it was successful, and nobody has ever compared Winnie the Pooh.
His fragile self-confidence was hurt.
Again. Next meme. Funny enough, Winnie the Pooh is not the only children's character who has found itself with a bad connotation over in the People's Republic. Peppa Pig is pretty much straight out banned in China because of her association with gang subculture. From the research that I've done, evidently the people who enjoy Peppa Pig have been marked as society people, basically a slang term for gangsters and lowlives over in China. As a result,
Bro, even as a kid, I hated Peppa Pig.
/ speak out against the government have embraced Peppa as like their personal mascot for democracy.
That's just cringe, bro.
Footage of tattoos, both real and temporary, have become viral hits, as have fan videos of the pig speaking in various regional dialects.
I like this. It's very grown up.
Hey, Super Idol.
Some memes, however, have taken on dark undertones.
This video is gonna be a copyrighted, huh?
Or pornographic territory. Pornography
What?
is illegal in China, and laws banning them are strictly enforced. Say what you will about the Chinese government, but outright banning pornography means that every Chinese citizen is passing No Nut November with flying colors. Communism's looking better every day. So I just got off the phone with my agent, and he said that my social credit score is so low that I'm not even allowed to order Chinese food anymore, which sucks. Anyway, John Cena, aka John Cena, I think, is an American WWE wrestler turned Hollywood actor. He has videos as early as 2016 showcasing his love for Chinese culture, their people, speaking in Mandarin, eating their food.
That's almost so weird to me, dude.
He didn't become the face of American sellout to the Chinese Communist Party until a video he posted promoting Fast and the Furious 9, in which he basically put out an apology in Mandarin to the Chinese people, apologizing for acknowledging Taiwan as its own country.
Fuck that, dude.
Rather than part of China, as China would have preferred him to refer to
Fuck that.
While that is a major sellout move, that isn't even the biggest Chinese meme that John Cena has been
Taiwan's
part
this
of.
cool little place,
Later,
alright?
in a similarly veined video that he posted while
Its
eating
own
some
pretty
ice
cool
cream,
place.
The Chinese word for which, by the way, is Bing Chiling. If you guys want to know how I know that, just watch the video. Needless to say,
Is that real?
of him
I thought it was a deepfake.
that Taiwan was a country rather than southern China, as well as singing after talking about how much he likes ice cream and the Fast and the Furious 9, has led to some memes.
Wait, that's real? That's actually real? It's not a deepfake?
Alright, that's enough memes about John
Fuck that,
Cena
dude.
singing Chinese music. We can't do an entire section just talking about Chinese music. Okay, we gotta move on to the next one. I wonder what the title card's gonna say.
Chinese music. Bruh. That is
When we're
Eggman.
talking about Chinese meme music, we gotta start with Ching Cheng Hanji, which you
Ah,
might
yep,
not
Tom.
recognize, but I think you might recognize depending on how many 10-hour loops of foreign music you listen to. It comes from an original Chinese opera. I'll play it here.
Is this gonna get copyrighted, dude?
Kind of impressive how quickly this man is able to enunciate these Chinese characters, I think. It's hard for me to know as a dude who doesn't speak Chinese. Here's another rendition of it that's a little bit more vocalized, the vocals of which then turn into the meme.
He looks like he's in pain, dude.
Here's a clip from Tom and Jerry where
Yep, here we
Tom
go.
is chasing Jerry. That's kind of what they do every episode, and then he gets slapped with a record player and turns Chinese for some reason.
This is where I saw it from.
You take the fast-speaking Chinese opera bro, you put it over a trap beat, you take the Tom and Jerry clip, and you upscale it to 4K with RTX, and you get the Ching Chang Han Chi meme.
Damn, that's fire. That's pretty good.
Don't ever let some hipster bitch try and look down on you for your mainstream music taste ever again. Oh, I only listen to indie music. My favorite band is Neutral Milk Hotel. You've never heard of them. Have you heard of Neutral Milk Hotel? No, bitch. I only listen to Ching Chang Han Ji, the 10-hour looped version, the acoustic original Chinese opera version. Anyway, it's time for everyone to recite the Chinese national anthem. Sing it with me. Come on.
哦 Chinese Eggman, here we go.
雪花飘飘，北风萧萧。
Why does his head look like that? That's such a weird shape. Like, I thought the video was edited.
Song that was sung by this man, colloquially and lovingly referred to as the Chinese Egghead Man, is just a TikTok of a dude singing one of his favorite Chinese songs.
I think it's a filter. His head can't look like that, right?
The original version, unfortunately. What I can play for you is the lo-fi version, which I put in every title card because it slaps.
Damn. That does slap. God damn.
Chinese Egghead Man is not the only person who has found success on TikTok by singing his favorite Chinese song. We also have Chinese Man number 2 with his rendition of Super Idol 105 Degrees that has been giga-viral over the last month.
Joe's been banging this song. Isn't the meme you just copy paste the lyrics everywhere?
Music slapping as hard as it does, it was only a matter of time before China themselves decides to capitalize on this artistic creativity by implementing it in some local Chinese TV. For instance, you can see a lot of these songs on local Chinese SpongeBob. Take a look at this very
really?
Berhentilah mengeluh, Squidward. Kau tidak dengar SpongeBob mengeluh, bukan?
Oh, come on. That was real.
Kau harus banyak belajar dari anak itu.
Tuan Crab, dia itu tidak normal.
That's not Chinese.
Naturally, after learning the influential nature of a catchy tune, the Chinese government decided to make some of their own music in an effort to basically spread propaganda about how great China is. And in such, they created Chinese rap, or for short, C-rap.
Frap.
It's pretty crap.
Yes, go. People coming to Beijing. This is guy looks gloomy. It better bracing in. The time's moving and clock's ticking. Now have this thing, healthy chains. Welcome to Beijing.
Oh, the cringe. That's pretty bad.
And you guys thought Cardi B's rapping was bad? Wait till you get a load of Cardi C, huh? No,
Yikes.
This female rapper's name is Cardi C. China, if you're gonna steal rap ideas from America,
For real?
at least steal the ideas from the good rappers.
Super Idol 的笑容都没你的甜，8月9的阳光都没你耀眼，热爱105度的你，滴滴青春的蒸馏水。雪花飘飘，北风萧萧，天地一片苍茫。
That's rough.
So China's got a lot of rules. Okay, it's a communist country. Government kind of runs everything. There's a lot of people over there. So in an effort to try and keep everybody behaving the way that the government would like, they introduced a social credit point system.
Which I think is
Basically,
trash.
You start with 1,000 points, and you gain points for doing good things, like having your kid win a major athletic tournament, or ratting on your neighbor if they're doing something illegal. And you lose points if you do stuff that the government finds questionable, like having more than one kid, playing more than 5 hours of video games, writing anything against the Chinese government on the internet, which, again, you already have limited access to. It's not a great system, but it is kind of a bad and inhumane system, since if you lose a bunch of points, it's not like a credit score where it just means you can't borrow money from the bank. It literally will stop you from using public transportation. You get lower prioritization at hospitals. They won't let you into certain places if your credit system
That's
is too
fucking
low.
trash, bro. I love this meme though.
Don't you feel silly? Don't you feel stupid? 电视《速度与激情6》。冰淇淋，速度与激情，速度与激情6，我最喜欢。
Holy shit.
所以现在是差不多一样，冰淇淋再见。
It may seem like a complicated system with a lot of rules, and that's because it is a complicated system with a lot of rules. But if there's one thing I know about foreign governments, it's that they love memes making fun of their incompetencies. And I think I've proved so with this video. There's not a doubt in my mind that all the memes that I've shared with you today will raise my social credit score to upwards of, it's in the negatives? I didn't even use an Among Us joke in this Chinese video. Thank you so much for making it to the end of yet another episode of the Smeto Media Show. I hope this video helped to improve some of your own social credit points. If you enjoyed the video, remember to like it, and if you didn't, remember to click confirm after you unsubscribe. If you guys want to help buy some cat food, you can join the name scrolling behind me. That's the Patreon Cash Money Meme Team. And I will catch you guys on next week's video.
Thank you for that, Sumito. Jeez. Ooh, there's like a dancing bacon. Probably not. I probably won't watch the starring video. I don't know. Don't feel like it anymore. Thai barbecue hot pot. Ooh, actually, I haven't had dinner. This will make me want to eat. Cheap versus expensive steak. Beef is beef. Or we play some video games. Video or video games? One 5-minute Half-Life horror game where Gordon owes Dr. Kuma money. For real?
Hey, another dollar, am I right? Now, Gordon, we'd better get a move on.
For real? This is like Slender Man but with Dr. Kuma.
Ah, hello, Gordon. Goodbye, Gordon.
Oh, nice.
He was my best friend, but he owed me $7.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. Oh right, another game that I just bought was Project Zomboid. I wanted to check it out. It's just like a really complicated game. I thought it would be like an isometric 7 Days to Die type game, but my god. I gave it a try like earlier, maybe half an hour of game time. There's just so many things to keep track of. Wait. Oh, so his head actually does look like that. Okay. That's not just a filter. Jeez. Yeah, so with Project Zomboid, I do want to stream it sometime, but I don't know how to play it properly yet. So I might friends and check it out together. With the carpetbagger. Replay Florida. Hey, that's pretty good. That might be cool to watch. But in the meantime, I'm going to be right back real quick. I'm going to go and make some dinner. Instant noodles will be super quick. And then we'll watch video. And then maybe play some games after. Alright? Be right back real quick, guys. One moment. Hey, what's up, reptiles? I'm back. While I wait for my food to cook, let's do something. I was thinking maybe let's jump a game. The PS1 demo disc. I really want to see what this Gmod looking game is up to. It looks super interesting. Just from this one screenshot. Because I think I've talked about it on stream once before. But Gmod alone has always been super, super creepy to me. Especially GM Construct. It always feels like you're not actually alone, even if you're hosting the server yourself. And weird. Also, I'm having this. Hell yeah, dude. I'm having 2. Alright, let's have a look. One moment. I wonder if Twitch has the PS1 demo disc. Oh, it does. Nice. I've not launched the game before, so fingers crossed that it doesn't blue screen me. I've been having a lot of blue screen issues lately. One more. Demo disc. Ooh. We're starting off strong. Oh gee, do I get to select the game, or is do I have to play them sequentially? One moment. Okay. Option. Where's my mouse? Oh. What's free play? It wouldn't let me select free play. I think we have to play sequentially. Whoa! Starting off strong. Yo, I love this. Oh, the mouse is a bit weird though. Can't change the sense. Ooh. I love this style of game. I just hope there's not obnoxiously loud jump scares or just obnoxiously loud sound effects. That's what I didn't like about those collection of games that you can get on Steam. They're just really, really loud for no reason. Okay. Is that the PlayStation logo? With a ghost behind? Damn, I wish I had my PS3 controller hooked up. Crazy. There's no way the PlayStation can have that good, right? I get that it had CD audio, but there's no way that's that good. Like I can hear the. Ooh, dude. The demo, right? It shouldn't take too long, right? Okay. Oh, that's a load screen. Okay. Maybe we'll play one game and then I'll eat while we watch some more videos. Hello. Ooh, boy. Hello.
Welcome, friend.
Here we have exactly what you need. Oh, this is like the menu. Okay. Lose yourself in them as they pierce through your corneas and into the back of your skull. You may never leave this place, so make the best of it. Oh, and one more thing. No smoking in the museum and absolutely no dying in the museum. Don't go getting your corpse germs all over the place. Understood, sir. Understood. The toilet. Oh, creepy. I hope you guys can't hear my keyboard. Can't open any of these. All right. I want to check everything first before I go into the store, just in case. Can I use the toilet? No. All right. Damn, I like the aesthetic there. Oh, he's gone. Oof. The elevator? Can use the elevator. Okay, what's over here? Spooky. Do you think they're actually loading stuff, or is it like an artificial load screen just to spook you? Oh, it's a bar. Pool? I've always been terrible at pool. Haunted demo disc. Ah, okay. Bro, I love this. I'm noticing that there's like ghosts in the corner. Is that important? Not me. Okay, nothing here. Right. Into the later. I want to play the Gmod. I'll be up top. It was pretty low on the list, so it might be like towards the end. Oh, it's not here. This is really cool though. I probably won't play a game right now. I just want to explore this place because my food's waiting. There it is, T-mod. So, first love letter D make of the online. Can I read? First love letter D make on classic Gmod and Half-Life 2 modding scene with a poetry-based sandbox exploration narrative hinting at some borrowed evil. Would love to check that out. So it's on floor 2. This is really, really cool. Beans Isle. That which gave chase. This is really cool. Yeah. I guess I'll stop this here while I because my food's waiting. But we'll definitely play these. Probably not all of them. I mainly want to play T-Mod. I might even just record it, make a video out of it. But that's it for now. Get back to videos. I have food waiting. It's really cool. Damn. Back to just chatting. All right. Sorry about that.
Hey,
You all.
Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the South, more specifically, Orlando, Florida. And I am here at Free Play, Florida, a vintage gaming convention that I was fortunate enough to be invited to. This is my first time here. It's a yearly event. I don't think they had it in 2020 because of things.
The unpleasantness. Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to enjoy some vintage video games and some other fun stuff. So please follow me.
Hey. Close. Was it bloated?
Look at this. There's a super spooky ghost creeping up on the registration desk. Right, and here we are on the convention floor. The sign here greeting us to the Twin Palms Mall. All these people here enjoying the different pinball machines, all different types. Wait, what's this? Wait a minute.
Polybius. That game doesn't
I've heard
exist.
of this. So Polybius is a much fabled urban legend of a mysterious arcade game that would appear in arcades with little explanation. They said that it would cause nightmares, visions, suicide in the people that played it, and then mysterious men in black suits would come and collect data on the gameplay. I think it was maybe some sort of secret Illuminati-like group, maybe the government, maybe the CIA, maybe it was part of Project Paperclip, maybe it was MK Ultra, who knows? But still the legend.
Oh, MK Ultra is something we should get into as well.
No one knows.
Crazy stuff.
No one's been able to confirm.
Also, you guys like
whether or not
mukbang?
these machines actually existed. Check out some of these classic pinball machines here. Lost World. It's Flash Gordon. Mata Hari. There's some very old arcade games here. This is Frenzy. Never played Frenzy. Oh, let me see. I'm a man. I think I'm a man. There's skeletons and octopuses. I gotta stay away from.
Is it octopuses or is it octopi?
I didn't know I had the gun. This is New York, save the city from an alien attack. All right. There's the Statue of Liberty. Oh, okay. And I'm this little spaceship down here. I gotta. Oh, they're raining down fire on me, so I gotta press the fire button there. Oh, where'd I go? Did I die? All right. Another shot. Can I hide under the Statue of Liberty? No, that's just in the background. Okay. Okay, gotta view those no good aliens. Aliens always trying to destroy the statue.
It's like a weird version of Galaga, but in New York.
Send them back to the planet. Oh, they got me. This is Battle Zone. It's a dark little screen. Oh, it's this bright green lights. Okay. Actually move. How do I shoot? There's a shoot button right there. Can I shoot them? At these tables here, they have different vintage, older home.
I would love to visit a place like this and see the history of gaming.
Well, let's start here. We got
Sorry?
Pitfall 2 from Atari. I don't think I've played Pitfall 2. I have played Pitfall 1. And this is This Atari controller, this is classic. This thing is so hard to move, so unresponsive. You would get blisters in your fingers trying to move the stick, and then there's the one button. So here we go, here we go. Gotta run. Just run, 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 run. Oh, there's a bird.
A bat.
I don't know if that bird is trying to kill me. So we'll just run, avoid the bird. Oh. Okay, that bird flew into me, and now I am dead. Okay, I'm not dead. But I'm running, I'm running back to the beginning. That's how you die. Okay, we'll try that again. Run, run, run. The monkey underground. Okay, you don't want to touch that moth. Maybe it's Mothman. Okay, and maybe wait for the bird to go up, and then...
Nice.
All right, we're going to jump over this. There we go. There we go. Oh, Scorpion!
Pitfall on the PlayStation 2 is one of the hardest games from what I heard.
Oh, you have to watch him run all the way back. That's no good. That's not fun. This is a Sega SG-1000. I've never heard of this. Did not know this existed. I had a Sega Genesis. I don't know
What is that?
The paddles here. Okay, I can shoot. A lot of vintage games are flying shooting games. The old fly and shoot, as they would call it. All right, this is the PlayStation 2. And we got this big orange gun, something called Vampire Knight. Oh, okay, there's a zombie.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
I think maybe it was a vampire. I don't know. Press reload button. Where's the reload?
Yeah, I'm not that old.
Where's the reload button?
I grew up around the Nintendo era, like the original Nintendo.
Got him. Oh. Press the reload button.
I'm not an Atari boy.
Oh, I'm gonna have to reload when fighting these vampires or zombies. Oh, I get murdered so quick.
Oh yeah, dude.
Here is Atari Jaguar. I've never played this. I used to hear about it all the time when I was a kid, because supposedly the Atari Jaguar had 64 bits. Super Nintendo, Genesis, they only had 16 bits. So 64 was a way more than that. But anyways, let's
yeah, but the software
play
sucks.
This game. There's blood dripping. So this is
Kasumi Ninja.
Okay,
That
this is like a this is kind of like a
Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat
Yeah.
ripoffs. Oh no. Alaric is beating me senseless. I paused it. I paused it somehow. Okay.
Copyrighted music.
He threw something at me.
Copyrighted music.
Oh, he pounded me.
Is that hero? Nice.
This is something called a Vectrex. See, it's a different type of graphics. The controller we're dealing with here. Okay, I'm a tank. This is another tank game. You press a button to go forward. That button to shoot. Oh, turn around, shoot. This other tank seems better at shooting than me. Come on, shoot him. Shoot him. Don't just spin. Shoot. Oh. Here's an interesting pinball machine. It's called Hard Body.
Oh my.
A lady in a bikini on the glass there. Oh yeah, so it's like a bodybuilding theme.
Bodybuilding pinball machine. Hell yeah, dude.
This is my favorite thing here, the Fun Chicken. I remember these at the grocery store. I begged my mother or grandmother for a quarter to put in the machine and watch it circle around, and then it would drop an egg off the bottom. Everything here is supposed to be free play, but I don't think this is free play. I think it would be non-economical to let everyone have eggs. I've never seen this before. This is interesting. This is a story castle for all ages, has fun fables. Each story has a moral, different stories.
Elephant game?
Each telephone. There's 2 phones, and I guess you'd put a coin in the frog's mouth.
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, I guess no, you put a coin in the smiley mouth. The frog's mouth is the
Strange.
return, and then you'd pick this up and you'd listen to a story that has a fable or has a moral to it.
Yeah, ramen.
Fable possibly with a moral.
It's my dinner.
It's good stuff.
Oh yeah.
It's this jungle snap. Looks like it would turn these animals. You try to recreate these unusual matchups, or I guess not unusual matchups. You just try to get the animal right, recreate the character, and you get a certain number of points.
Kind of like playing slots then.
Kitty Rama Cartoon Theater. Okay, so it's 3 different famous cartoons, 25 cents a movie. So you just put a coin in, you take a seat, and you watch a cartoon. This is what you had to do when you didn't have a cell phone.
I bet you that's what like modern fucking music labels expect you to do when artists release music. You have to sit in a booth by yourself to listen to the song. Any other person who hears your song, that's a copyright infringement. Bruh.
You're doing nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Go to lowcountry.com and buy crap.
You want some as well?
I tell everybody that.
I have a second one.
Help an old man eat.
You want some?
I was impressed because you have the Howard Finster Paradise Gardens shirt on.
I was an early devotee of Howard, and it just turned me loose on a folk art adventure you wouldn't believe. The sickness has spread to 700 pieces in my home collection.
So you own 700 pieces of folk art?
At least 80 or 90 Howard Finsters.
Oh, wow.
Some of them are pretty epic. Hey, look, they've got beer. Get back here.
They got beer?
I have to inspect that. Yes, you can. Check it out, Jacob. Okay.
Let Space go see your beer.
There's a small tariff involved here. Oh. No, I don't drink. Daddy doesn't drink.
You don't drink?
But later I'll be into the ether.
The ether?
Tonight's matchup, Jacob takes on Mr. Boom Shakalaka. What do you got, Jacob?
What do I got?
What do you got?
I don't know how to answer that.
Jacob's wide open. I left him wide open.
NBA Jam.
So yeah, you were the voice of NBA Jam.
That's right.
So I don't care for basketball, but I still played this game. It was fun, and part of it was your voice.
That's one of the cool things about this game. A lot of people tell me they were not basketball fans or sports fans, but this became a very fun game for them, especially a lot of women that were forced to play with their brothers and just fall in love.
I heard that actually.
In love with your voice?
A lot of people who didn't care about basketball love this game though. Love them into basketball. Oh, sorry. Basketball. Basket.
Hello, I am here. I'm excited. I'm sorry.
No, it's quite all right.
This is Daniel Casino. This is
Johnny Cage?
Johnny Cage.
Damn.
Daniel Casino. I'm sorry, Master Daniel Casino. He's Johnny Cage. I don't know. I like.
It's crazy.
Remember that time that you punched that guy's head off? Like that was awesome.
Yeah. I also did Scorpion, Sub-Zero, Reptile Smoke.
All the good ones, all the good characters.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Mr. Mortal Kombat right here, dude.
Point out, Jacob has been saying for the, I told Jacob about coming out here about 2 months ago, and Jacob has been very excited to meet you, hoping that at some point you might punch him.
In the nuts?
In the nuts.
You got it.
He's nuts.
Let me warm it up.
There we go.
Warm it up?
Yeah. That way it's not too cold.
Yeah, I've played the games so much as a kid. It's such a big part of my childhood, so it's crazy. And thank you so much. Thank you so much for doing what you did.
Oh, thank you. It was really fun. Got to hang out with my friends, create a video game. It was really cool. It was back, people forget there was no Photoshop or there was no technology.
Yeah.
It's like rotoscoping, right?
There were videotape. The first round, we wanted it to be like a kung fu movie.
Yeah.
So we were trying to make it like really live, very, very live. More like what you would see as far as like Dirk, what's that, Dragon Slayer. We wanted to really have something but that live. So that was, but the technology did not support that.
Hello, Rich. How you doing? It's Jacob. Are you vaccinated? Yes. Okay. I'll show you my card. That's how we begin this conversation.
Welcome to Florida.
In this stage.
Welcome to Florida.
Yeah, I know. So you are Kano, right? I sure am. And you got Kano. You got clean hands whenever you're ripping someone's heart from their chest. Can you rip my heart out? All right. So. Sorry, we're not so close in each other's face. Oh, it's okay. Go ahead. Starstruck again. So, remember.
I didn't grow up with Mortal Kombat, so I can't relate, but I am familiar.
And Outworld and was a Earth weapon specialist to help Shao Kahn take over the Earth.
Do I remember when I was a part of that?
Yeah,
I remember.
Thanks for your time. Roll the credits.
Thank you so much.
I love that. It's great.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
Can we do a fist bump?
The fist bump of friendship.
Thank you for your contributions to my childhood.
Do you know, by the way, that this gentleman was in one of your favorite movies from your childhood?
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's the one.
Who are you in? Daniel and I were both foot soldiers.
I was going to say, I should have brought this up before. Master Pacina also in TMNT 2. Hey, it's the Splorn Ryan. I'm the voice that you keep hearing echoing Jacob from the back. Yeah, back to you.
As I sit here and blather and make a fool of myself in front of my childhood heroes. So.
And that's not all. I wrote the press release. By the way, we haven't face-to-face, but you and I talked on email.
Okay.
Elbow friendship, I'm Ryan.
All right.
I wrote the press release, so I'm cheating here.
Okay.
Dark Knight.
Dark Knight. Oh, I forgot. The Dark Knight. Yeah, I played the Chechen gangster.
Sharing screen with the legendary
Christian.
Eric Roberts.
This is true.
Christian Bale, Dark Knight.
Gary Oldman.
And Gary Oldman.
Gary Oldman. That's right. And just behind the camera was Christopher Nolan. Christopher Nolan.
Billy Mitchell from the King of Kong, Fistful of Quarters.
Oh, what the?
Great to meet you.
Why is Bill?
I appreciate it. You're one of the greatest.
Isn't he busy suing people?
Players in the world, correct?
The guy who got caught cheating.
But the other ones aren't here.
The other ones aren't here, so
You realize if you don't show up for the competition,
yeah, you lose
automatically.
Automatically.
No, there's a lot of good guys, and I enjoy going.
Billy Mitchell says he has the world record for multiple games, and once he got called out for cheating or using an emulator and not real hardware, despite claiming so, he started suing everyone. And he's a mass, like, not to take away from Jacob's video here, but dude, if you guys are interested at all about the old school like video game record stuff, just do a little bit of like research and you can see how much of an asshole this guy actually is. He drove a YouTuber. Actually, he didn't actually drive the YouTuber to like quit, and when I say quit, that's being nice, to madness, right? He drove that YouTuber to madness and then was basically just laughing at it because that guy called him out. Ugh, pardon me. This guy sues everyone but never goes through with it because he has no case.
I've been to the Galloping Ghost.
Right.
That's one of my favorites that I've personally seen.
It's hard not to mention places like that, and they're not the only ones. Yeah.
Basic side. You're familiar with Billy Mitchell?
They do what they do, and they make money, but they do it with
I'm surprised he has time to show up and make public appearances.
Yeah. Sector.
Happy New Year, my man.
I don't know if he's going over there to take out Johnny Cage. Oh. Now we have a pitfall photo op here.
Billy Mitchell will forever peak at his world record in Donkey Kong, and that's all he's achieved in life, besides suing people.
Some really old school machines here. This one's called Gunfight.
Hey.
Let's see, you got the cowboy position and the gun position. Ready? We got to get our cowboy in position. Got to get our gun. Oh, see, you raise and lower the gun. Shoot. Oh, there was a cactus in the way. I gotta make my cowboy go up a little bit.
Oh, a headshot.
Got him right in the head. All right, here's a good old game of paddleball.
That's Pong, my guy.
Pong. It's a similar game. Let's see if we can make the. Yeah, so you make the thing.
Ah.
Oh. Where's the ball?
I actually kind of want to get a CRT to play some like really old retro games.
This is harder than it may seem.
Because next time I go to Japan, I do want to pick up an original Nintendo.
When you go up,
it'd be nice to have a CRT to hook it up in.
It gets smaller. It's a sign from Aladdin's Castle. It was, of course, a popular chain of arcades.
Doing people speedrun. Let's go. No, actually, it wasn't a speedrun. It was a high score, I think. He submitted the score to Twin Galaxies, and they didn't really check like his methodology. They just took his score and they're like, "Oh, it's a new record." And then years later, like a bunch of YouTubers called him out for it. and he couldn't prove it because I think there was evidence that he was using either an aftermarket board for the arcade machine or he was emulating the game. So yeah, it's pretty much proof that his record was null and void. But then he started suing people for calling him out.
When they make noise, that's probably good. But other than that, just keep it out of the hole. Did not know this was something that existed in the world. A water world pinball machine. Check that out.
Billy Mitchell was a wild ride.
Has anyone out there ever heard of a game called Gun Survivor 2 Biohazard Code Veronica?
Oh yeah, Resident Evil.
This is the computer.
It's the spin-off game. The first-person shooter in the Resident Evil universe, I believe.
This is the Atari 800 XL.
I'm a big fan of Resident Evil.
We can play a little bit of Pac-Man here with this classic controller. See, the thing about Pac-Man is you gotta not let the ghosts kill you. You gotta eat the thing that lets you
eat the ghost.
Because they can't kill you if you've eaten them. So always be eating ghosts. That's my recommendation for Pac-Man.
Oh, speaking of ghosts.
Oh, we gotta eat him before he turns back into a not normal. Okay.
Yeah, speaking of ghosts, I actually recorded something a little earlier. I'm probably gonna edit it tomorrow and release it the following day, if not tomorrow as well. I have a few stories about ghostly encounters when I was a kid. I thought it might be fun to tell. Pretty dumb stories. I hope the video turns out alright. Stuff like superstitions. Don't play with your shadow or it might leave you. Stuff like that. Stories that adults will tell kids just to scare them for no reason. Adults are jerks.
Because I've managed to survive so long. Alright, you get these.
You guys have any ghostly experiences?
Oh my gosh. Is it possible? I won! For the first time ever on this channel. I think I beat a game. And look at this. The Oregon Trail, the only video game we were allowed to play in school. Alright, got my family loaded up. And we're gonna head out onto that old Oregon Trail.
Isn't this game insanely like hard?
Let's just go for it. Let's attempt to ford the river. Walk right across it. There we go.
Like extremely RNG.
Oh, river's too deep. I lose 3 wagon wheels, 3 wagon tongues.
You lost your swamp man.
My tongues.
Bruh.
388 pounds of food. 2 oxen.
You lost everything.
And my swamp man drowned to
Bruh.
death. Well,
Not really. I grew up in a household that was kind of like superstitious. So yeah, plenty of stories there. And my overly active imagination.
I guess another
butt balls. Nice.
Left here. So
Born to butt, died to balls.
Pay my respects. Continue your journey to Oregon. Please flip the diskette to size 2. I don't know where the diskette is. I guess our journey's over. Check this out. The Mold-O-Matic company is here with some Mold-O-Matic machines. The
That's pretty cool.
Disneyland toy factory with the castle. They're making Peter Pans today.
Early 3D printing.
They have the little figures in there.
The parents have had multiple. Oh. Yeah, experience with the Luigi board. Nice. I've never played with a Luigi board before.
They have a custom mold made for this event.
Although I ain't scared.
For Free Play Florida.
Did you know the Ouija board is actually I don't think it's public domain. I think it's actually owned by a company. I forget. I think they used to be like exclusive to Toys R Us or some shit like that.
The warehouse actually bought this from him.
This is what I heard, so I'm not sure. Don't quote me. Don't quote me. Oh, thank you for the diamond. Much love.
This is the Carolina.
Much ramen.
This was a dolphin, an individual dolphin that was at an aquarium that they made molds of. Look at some of the molds they have here on the.
That's pretty cool. We can like make a moldorama and then go paint it. Pretty cool.
A shoe. I've never seen the shoe.
Pluto's cute.
This is Enco watchdog service, a little dog.
For that diamond, I'll show you something cool later.
Not even entirely sure what that is.
Right behind me somewhere. I'll show you after I eat.
And that's the Hollywood Bowl. Right there. What is that? Skytown Marineland.
It's made of wax, right?
I don't know. I don't know what that is. There's
Yeah,
a
I think it's wax,
Buddha.
not plastic.
A Buddha. That's pretty interesting. What ship is this? Ocean City, New Jersey. Oh, I love Ocean City, New Jersey. But it's that Century 21 Exposition. It looks like a monorail. And oh, love the Ferris wheel. This is okay. I have this one. This is Jack White's van that he has at this record shop. And what is this? The Clock of Nations. Interesting. It's Bad Robot. I think they were the ones that made the TV show Lost. And I somehow missed these when I went to Halloween Horror Nights. This bear, and then this is the actual
Haunted Mansion?
The actual Legacy store mold. I think the thing is I didn't go to the Legacy store in City Walk where they had these two molds. I missed out on those.
And got the CNC.
Ben Franklin hiding back there.
Right.
And oh, look at this little boom box. I'm not sure what this is.
I thought it was a donut.
It's interesting. Look at this. I don't think I've ever seen one of these where they say Paul Bunyan. Moldomatic. That's amazing. This one here, I've been to this attraction, the World of Miniature Horses. That's a attraction near Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, where they have miniature, just a farm full of miniature horses.
Are miniature horses and donkeys different?
Free Play Florida. There we go. Beautiful. There's the newest Moldomatic around. Oh, that's spicy. I turn it upside down.
I feel like I missed out on the era of arcade machines. Because when I was a kid, we had a Nintendo and I just played that. Never got to go to the arcades. It cost too much.
Say no to drugs. This game, you're a cop and you're just
Yeah, I heard that too, Six Side. I think yeah, and then the Ouija board started off as like a weird gimmick toy to be spooky. That's why it's it's actually owned by a specific company and you're not allowed to reproduce it or some shit before Toys R Us went up in flames. That's actually hilarious.
Boom, look at see all their arms and limbs flying around. This game was very violent when it came out. These guys actually throw syringes at you. That's how drug dealers fight. They just throw their drugs at you. See, there's vendors here selling
Ooh.
Home consoles, old games.
I bet they're all gouged prices.
Bring back memories of when.
Go to Japan. Go to Mandarake. You're gonna find a lot of games. Or pocket change.
Pay a few dollars to download it. You actually had to go to the store, buy the physical copy, and these were expensive. These were expensive. I could maybe get one for Christmas, and that was what was about it. Here at the Glamour Shack, we're getting some meet and greet with some cosplayers here. We huddle in here.
All right.
We see everyone. I think I'm blocking. Come on. All right. Am I blocking anyone with my head? No. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Got some awesome old video camera there. Oh, look at this. There's some recorded. Remember the day when people used to record?
Oh my god, my family, we used to record TV.
Hunt them down.
Whenever there was a movie on TV, we would set up the VCR to record it.
I remember Arachnophobia too. What's the news?
The news is that there are a lot of games here. Aren't there that many players though?
Are there that many players?
Yeah.
There's a lot of players.
Yeah, you think? I mean, it looks pretty full.
Absolutely.
You know, spaciously full, right?
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, I need to draw your attention here to the main stage. Listen up. You gotta feel
Just Dance?
to come from the core. Remember, you gotta keep your core tight. Gotta keep the core tight, okay? All
Oh no, it's aerobics. Hell yeah, dude. Do these workouts actually help you lose weight and actually work? I've always been curious. I used to see this on TV and I've always wondered. It's not really exerting much energy, right? Looks fun though.
This here is Warren Davis. He actually invented Qbert, and he is also a magician.
Oh. Hey Zukun, how are ya? We're watching an old video game expo place. You just watched Spider-Man? No spoilers, Zukun. No spoilers. Oh nice, I got a pair of pants. Yeah, I guess it's better than not moving at all. True that, true that.
So thank you for joining me here at Free Play Florida. This convention, annual convention, where they celebrate video games, pinball machines, have tons of video games and pinball machines out there on free play to be played, and then plenty of fun nonsense to be had here as well. If you like these videos, consider subscribing to let you know when new videos are coming out. If you'd like to help support the channel, consider donating to Patreon, $3 or more. We'll get you a postcard once a month.
Don't ruin this the movie. Don't do it.
This train on the tracks, this boat in the water, and this dirigible.
How dare you, Zukun? Shrek was an integral character to the story.
Oh look! How long has my hat been on backwards?
That was cool. Ugh. There was this really long video I wanted to watch a while back, but just never got around to it. Tat's top videos on top 70 WTFs and Easter eggs in games. It's an hour long though. Maybe we'll watch like some of it. Or should we? I don't know. Should we? Do I know Tiezu? I've heard of Tiezu. Let's have a look. Oh, is this the guy that makes really short videos that are like hilarious? No, it's not the same guy.
Welcome to Tier Zoo.
Damn! That's nuts. We'll check it out later. Actually, yeah, we'll check it out later. Maybe next time. That's cool. I'll sub. Is he cool with people watching videos though, like on stream? I don't want to overstep my bounds. Alright. Watch some of this first. Because I've been wanting to watch this for a while now. Series 1. Is there a history of him like being upset with people watching his videos on stream though? Is what I meant.
Content, violent content, and sexual suggestions. Viewer discretion advised.
Every now and again, video game developers like to drop little hidden goodies into their projects for
That's
avid
cool.
gamers to discover.
While most are in-jokes,
pop culture references, or fourth wall breaking events meant to reward in-depth exploration. Some Easter eggs become infamous for being a strange and unusual break from the tone of the game.
Or maybe it's just baffling as to why anyone would want to include such weird content in the first place. Keep your eagle eyes open as we present you with the top 7 WTF Easter eggs in games.
Chair from Resident Evil 5.
Oh really? I played this ages ago.
This one is nowhere near as weird as some of the other Easter eggs we found on this list, but it's still such an out-of-place random addition to the game that it deserves a mention nonetheless. In the 13th level of the game, fresh off the back of defeating the Ouroboros, Chris and Sheva can both take a seat in its chair for a moment of silent contemplation. It won't restore your health, and there's no achievement or secret to unlock by doing so either. It's just there, for no obvious reason. Still, when you're on a mission that involves an awful lot of running around, fighting giant monsters...
Is this an Easter egg though? Because Leon can do that in Resident Evil 4 as well. On Salazar's throne, I think.
With this in mind, perhaps sparing a moment to take the weight off your feet and catch your breath isn't such a bad idea after all.
Drake's heavy petting, Uncharted 2 Among Thieves. Drake's many adventures across the world have him meeting all manner of colorful and dangerous characters. However, Uncharted 2 gives you the chance to engage with a slightly less expected group. In Chapter 16, while passing through the Tibetan village,
You spoiled
Drake
it for yourself.
can interact with any individual yak by either petting them from the front or waving his hands when interacting from the rear. Not too fond of that yak smell.
How you doing, pal?
Upon greeting all four, the Beast Mode medal is earned and Drake can continue on his wild exploits. Not exactly an explosive or fantastical Easter egg, but a nice side treat for animal lovers to break up the high-octane action.
I've never played Uncharted.
Tiny Bandit in Toy Car. Borderlands, the secret armory of General Knox. Demo Junction is where every Vault Hunter determined to survive the Borderlands stops off to resupply weapons, ammo, and supplies. Marcus runs the whole operation from the confines of his shop, an inconspicuous and heavily armed room filled with everything you'll need to fight off the...
Also, I don't really watch YouTube shorts myself, so
Take a look
good
around
thing.
and you might find... What the hell is that? Is that a mini bandit in a toy car?
I've never seen this.
No.
And I guess I played Borderlands ages ago though.
There's not much more to this little Easter egg. He's just, there. What the hell is Marcus doing with this thing anyway?
Zombie Date Dining. Zombie Army 4, Dead War. You may not believe that love can bloom on the battlefield, but
Isn't this that game that never goes on sale? I'm actually interested in this game, but it never goes on sale.
In Gondola's mission, looking out over the balcony, you'll see a pair of not quite star-crust lovers, dining on what I can only assume is the finest cut of brains, extra rare, under bloody hearts daubed on the wall above and the text zombie love between. It's not too clear as to what's happening since it looks like they're discussing a particular topic and writing it down on pads with pens.
What the hell? Can you shoot him?
Blossoming romance sweet. Well, it's up to you if you want to let the happy couple live or die in peace.
Oh, you can.
Again, it's probably for the best. The relationship was likely to decay over time anyway.
That's cool, Zeke.
Pig Alert. Hitman Absolution.
I never played this either.
Death Factory lives up to its name as the horrible black heart of Dexter Industries.
Blood Money was my last
Testing
game.
and experimentation. It's the kind of place where the living come to suffer in weird and horrific ways. As you enter their landmine testing zone, made up to look like a suburban street, you can find a corridor to the left-hand side of the room. At the
Manhunt?
very end, hidden inside a large wooden crate, is a pig who has managed to survive the torture and is snacking away quite happily. To activate the Easter egg, take out your pistol and put it out of its misery quick and painlessly. That was strange.
I think it's a reference to Manhunt.
It's believed by some that the exclamation point is in fact a reference to the Metal Gear franchise, but it's hard to tell as the crazed laughing isn't something that normally happens. Weird how this is by far the most disturbing thing you can find in this factory of death.
Panda Ride. Resident Evil 6.
Oh, this I remember.
This playground panda is located right at the beginning of the 3rd chapter of Chris and Pier's campaign. Chris can take a break from the mission to indulge in some lighthearted fun, rocking back and forth on the bouncy panda before striking a pose afterward.
I like it when games do that. Be chill for a moment.
If the panda doesn't take your fancy, then the yellow slide nearby is fair game too, as both can surf down it. Seeing these two hardened soldiers decked out in military gear on the playground messing about completely shatters the immersion of the setting, and is both ridiculous and hilarious in equal measure. It just goes to show that just because the entire world is going to hell, it doesn't mean that your sense of humor needs to as well.
Nice. Try to be quicker.
Blow-up dolls in the cave from Saints Row the Third. Saints Row is a series that's crammed to bursting with crude humor and innuendos. But even so, this particular Easter egg may
I feel like Saints Row peaked at Saints Row 2.
Even a seasoned player becomes a little squeamish. Found in a small cave on the coastline near the southmost.
I didn't really like. I mean, Saints Row 3 was alright, and then it kept getting worse.
Filthy mattresses with blow-up dolls laying on top of them. The
Bruh.
implications are equally obvious
And gross.
and disturbing. To make matters worse, you can sometimes find homeless people seeking shelter from the elements around a bonfire in there, indicating that the area is not completely abandoned. Though thankfully they don't seem interested in taking advantage of the services on offer. Just count your blessings that the ones who were taking full advantage of this place are long gone by the time you get there. Though what transpired is probably best left solely to the imagination.
Gross.
The Dance Room from Walking Simulator 2020. After an exceedingly long walk, obviously, you wind up at a supermarket where you can stock up and resupply.
Walking
before
Simulator,
venturing
is that
out
like
on
a
your next trek.
spoof
However,
of Death
if
Stranding?
you swing around the side of the store and go through the back door,
Hell yeah, dude! Oh, it has coffin dance.
right. Well,
Coffin dance and
figures the coffin
love dance.
would be featured in a game about walking.
Hell yeah.
The dancer's shoes are pretty cool and all, but seriously, why is this happening? I just really hope this isn't an omen of what's to come at the end of this journey.
Awesome.
Giant Rat, Mirror's Edge.
Oh, this I remember.
This game is all about epic-looking parkour stunts conducted by an
Also, guys, my chat client literally just signed me out.
trading in banned
I can't see your
goods and
messages.
sensitive
Sorry.
intel.
One moment.
Not massive mutant animals. As such, players
I don't know why it
will
just signed me
no
out.
doubt be left scratching their heads after seeing the surprise Chapter 8 of the story has to offer.
That literally just died for me.
After taking down the convoy with a well-placed sniper round, turn your attention to the poster hanging from the building across the street from you and shoot the white dot right in the middle. Almost looks like Larry from Rampage hopped universes to pay protagonist Faith a visit before vanishing off down the street as quickly as it arrived. Where it actually came from, where it went,
Chat's back.
and how it
Jesus.
ever got
The
so
hell?
big to start with are queries that are never addressed. Perhaps
Doesn't
the
do that.
regime governing the city should consider allocating a little more money into their pest control business.
I actually remember that. I actually really enjoyed the first Mirror's Edge. I haven't played Catalyst yet though.
Turret Choir from Portal 2. They may be out to kill you, but no one can deny that the turrets GLaDOS sets out on you can produce some striking melodies on their downtime. And if you know where to look, you can even get a sneak preview of the main event before the end of his game.
Really?
In Test Chamber 16 of Chapter 3, the player can find a small vent near the entrance to the chamber that's guarded by a turret. Through a combination of lasers, portals, and a reflective cube, the player can destroy the turret and gain access into the vent. Upon doing so, you'll find 4 turrets directly below you, merrily playing the turret wife serenade to themselves on an endless loop.
I played Portal so long ago now.
Apparently for their own entertainment. Perhaps this Easter egg explains why the turrets were able to give such a moving performance as Chell ascends to her newfound freedom. After all, the key to perfection is lots and lots of practice.
Hey Pyro. Yeah, I said I was going to stream tonight. Just tonight though. Because I have a break tomorrow.
Cavemen, Halo 3.
But starting next week I'll only be streaming on Fridays. No, Saturdays, sorry.
Several aliens. It comes
this is a really long video, so probably not today, Pyro.
as an Easter egg. On the mission Sierra 117, on your way to rescue Sergeant Major Johnson.
I haven't played Halo either.
Brief battle between a Covenant ship and a UNSC dropship near a body of water. Once the area is clear, use the scope on a long-range rifle and look across the river to see the silhouette of a strange monkey-like creature in the trees along the opposite shore. Weird and stranger still is the vague achievement that'll pop up with it. In the next dense jungle area, hug the left wall as you clear out snipers. And platform up to a high ledge where you'll discover a family of cavemen with one of them holding a teddy bear.
That's weird.
Well, as cute as having Bungie's Marcus R. Leto's face realistically pasted on the body of a female gorilla can be.
That's weird.
Finally in the area, once you get a moment to breathe after the massive shootout, head to the bridge connecting the 2 parts of the structure and use a sniper rifle to peer over the gap to the cliffs on the other side. Nestled amongst some bushes is the final caveman, as well as the final achievement to be earned from your discovery. Who knew finding the missing link would be this easy? The real moral of the story is, sometimes workplace pranks can be taken a little too far, like being programmed into your game.
Mr. Pants Star Constellation and TV Screen, Banjo-Tooie. Rare has
I've never played Banjo either.
Classic and unique titles and characters. The one lesser-known creation of Rare's is their website mascot, Mr. Pants, that has secretly shown up in many of their games. Banjo-Tooie is no different. If you head to the Dodgem Zone and Witchy World Zone level and look up at the Starry Abyss, you can see Mr. Pants outlined as a constellation. However, this stellar cameo isn't his only appearance, as he also features on Boggy's TV and Hailfire Peaks. Apparently, Mr. Pants was originally the mascot specifically for the survey section on Rare's website, meant to encourage people to fill out their survey. He was later promoted to being their general mascot when feedback was so positive. Mr. Pants was created in only 30 seconds in a single day, yet has shown up in games like Jet Force, Gemini, and Viva Pinata.
When you draw a scrappy character and it becomes your mascot.
Dancing Nights, RuneScape.
Hey, RuneScape.
In your grand adventures through the world of RuneScape, even the most battle-worn veteran needs time to relax and enjoy themselves. As it happens, there's a party room in Falador that makes for a good meeting spot to chill out and relax. There is a lever in the room near the party chest that provides an interesting show for 500 coins. 6 white knights will show up on the central table and perform a fun sing and dance routine, reminiscent of the scene from Monty Python and the Holy Grail.
What?
Originally, the party room was located in Sears Village, but has been moved after the King's Ransom update. There is no way to interact with the knights in any way, and boy do they make for fine entertainment. 500 coins, well spent.
500 coins, is that a lot?
Disco Party, the Stanley Parable. Many consider the Stanley Parable to be a frontrunner for the title of the strangest, most surreal video game ever made. But this unexpected
yeah, check it out, let us know.
Top the charts of weirdness. To find it, simply follow the narrator's directions to the letter until you get to the monitor room. Stick around for a while after turning on the lights and activating the cameras. and the walkway that previously closed behind you will open up for you once more. Press the buttons a second time, and the room will switch from a sinister surveillance center to a swinging disco pad, complete with music, neon messages, and a multicolored monitor light show that brings to mind a dance floor at a 1980s nightclub. As to why exactly this massive bank of monitors has a party mode installed, we'll never know. But still, it's no less believable than that multitude of other twists and turns this game has in store for Stanley, and by extension, you. Perhaps the strangest thing of all is the narrator, who normally has a snarky remark locked and loaded for everything you do, but is completely silent during this discovery. Maybe this surprise is too off the wall for even him to wrap his head around.
Can't do it anymore?
Please offer me some explanation here. I'm genuinely confused.
Damn, what a shame.
Statue of Liberty, Twisted Metal 2. Hop in your nitro-boosted war machine and drive to the top of a building overlooking the Statue of Liberty. Light Lady Liberty up with enough missiles, and eventually her robe will be blown away, leaving her clad in what appears to be a two-piece bathing costume.
Oh my.
Blonde for no apparent reason. Keep the missiles flying.
Oh, you did it? Nice.
Monument entirely. It's also worth noting that sometimes when firing missiles at the Statue of Liberty, it will transform instead to a fatter version of the previous two-piece bathing model.
You mean thick?
Chicken. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3. The Overwatch map, no relation, takes place between 70 and 80 stories above ground level, on the skyline of a city with multiple buildings either destroyed or under construction surrounding you. It's not the best environment to mess around in if you have an aversion to heights, but luckily, if you look hard enough, it becomes clear that you're working with experts in the field. Using theater mode, if you journey up to the cabin of one of the cranes high above, you can see a motionless chicken at the controls for no apparent reason whatsoever. This feathered construction worker was most definitely left here for the very dedicated or extremely bored to find, both of which probably reacted with confusion upon finding it regardless. If at any point the crane is used as an offensive weapon, I think we can safely suspect foul play.
Wow, nice.
Roxbury Sin. Sin episodes. Emergence.
What game is this?
John Blade's quest to bring an end to Alexis Sinclair and her evil Syntech Industries' plans to manipulate human evolution is reaching a boiling point. You've fought through wave after wave of enemy soldiers and automatic defenses.
Never heard of this game before.
The Network Operations Center, and it is here that you notice a whole area gated off by a simple chain link fence. However, manipulate the boxes nearby into position, and you can climb your way over the servers and find a hidden box of goodies. As well as...
Really?
What is... This appears to be cutouts of the characters Victor Raddick, Jessica Cannon, and Alexis Sinclair bobbing their heads in an homage to the infamous Roxbury Guys skit. Maybe it's a desperate plea from Alexis near the end of this dark chapter to John. Babies don't hurt me.
Reference to old memes. Oh god.
Crop Circle. Metal Gear Solid 4. Guns of the
Ooh.
Patriots.
I've never played any Metal Gear games as well.
Space Oddity, with a trophy attached.
Yep, I know,
to
I know.
Seek it out.
Go
This
ahead.
piece of alien artistry can be
Blame
spotted
me
in
for it.
Reserve and explores as Snake tracks Naomi's footprints through the mountain trail during Act 2 of the game. By taking the time to explore the multiple diverging pathways, Snake will eventually come across a random, flattened patch of grass in a clearing near the river, indicating that an extraterrestrial may have paid the area a visit sometime prior to his arrival. In addition, Snake will also experience a flashback of the AI Colonel from the second Metal Gear Solid game, where he mentions having seen mysterious glowing lights appearing in the sky. Is this a sign that Snake may soon have alien invaders to contend with in addition to gigantic mechs?
Hey, like I said, growing up I only had a Nintendo.
Snuck in for veteran fans
The original Nintendo, not even the Super Nintendo.
Judge.
And then I eventually got a PlayStation 2. Alright.
Mitten's journal, gone home.
I didn't even get a PlayStation 3 until the
During your
PlayStation 4
explorations of
came
the
out.
Greenbrier family home, uncovering the mystery of why the residents have all disappeared, you may not have been prepared for this journal entry by the family cat Mittens. The term meow is utilized creatively throughout the entry, giving a deep insight into the mind of a domestic feline and its life philosophy. To get your paws on this valuable treasure, you'll need to find the purple basketball in the garage rafters and toss something up to knock it down. Then slam dunk it into the basketball hoop in Sam's bedroom. This will trigger the TV in the room to turn on and a variety of cat noises can be heard.
Meow 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 meow
What?
meow 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 meow.
According to the devs, this Easter egg was created because many players simply don't look up in these type of games.
True.
So this
That's
is
what I've
important
always been
for
saying
looking up.
in a lot of horror games. We just don't look up.
You found it! You found it! This is the best! You looked up! No one in a first-person game looks up!
Everyone looks down. No one looks up.
Because it's hard to look up. Easter eggs are fun, and again, congratulations for looking up.
Awesome.
Strange standoff between white and blue colors. American Truck Simulator.
American
As you
Truck
transport your
Simulator.
precious cargo
Jeez.
across the sprawling lands of the USA, you're bound to see many confusing things regardless of the paths you take. Located just south of Pioche, in the state of Nevada,
What?
you come across a barricade made up of bulldozers, keeping the public away from an apparent protest, serious enough to involve the police. While the larger event is eye-catching at first, the strangest aspect is the dancing man on the roof of the nearby building, seemingly unaffiliated with either side of the standoff.
I honestly thought this was GTA
No
5.
signs indicating what this is all about. No evidence of violence, no movement whatsoever, aside from that one guy boogieing down on the roof. All this accumulates in a really out-of-place Easter egg that won't give you that feeling for dancing on the ceiling.
The Gnome Conference from Watch Dogs 2.
Ah, Watch Dogs, one of the most exciting games of the century.
Citywide surveillance system should be used to uncovering secrets that would most try to keep behind closed doors. But even so, it's doubtful that even they could have seen this one coming. As you progress through
I tried
game,
Watch Dogs 1, it was
come
super
across a
boring, and I heard
side
Watch Dogs
quest
2 is
that
even
involves
worse.
collecting garden gnomes, and one of them can be found behind a hedge outside the Transbase Center.
What?
That in itself isn't too bizarre. What is, however, is what you find a gnome doing when you come across it. Behind a hedge, the gnome appears to be holding some sort of rally with dozens of other gnomes in attendance, all while standing on a podium flanked by two teddy bears that seem to be providing security detail. Luckily for you, they don't put up much fuss when you steal their boss for your collection from right under their noses. Whether this was some kind of sinister conspiracy between the law and ornament of the city to overthrow their human oppressors, or just a wacky joke, is not yet known. Still, if you manage to track down all the gnomes concealed around your map, then you too can show your dedication to their cause.
That's weird.
Party Boat. Tower Unite.
Oh, Towers!
Tower Unite is no stranger to weird and wonderful hidden corners.
We played this almost
discovered
every week
and
back then.
enjoyed. One such wonder is a party boat that can be found at the default condo whilst looking out to sea. There is a random chance for one of two similar looking party boats spawning out on
I've never seen
each
this.
day. But this can also be induced by playing around with the day/night settings to speed through the cycle. The boats themselves are 2D sprites of a
That's pretty
luxury-style
cool.
yachts that slowly moves along the water with
To be fair, I don't build on this default condo.
Both vessels feature colored lights over the hull that helps them stand out in the night. One is called Christabel's Fancifer Mariner, while the other is named Fortuitous Happenstance 2. Due to the nature of spawning this Easter egg, many people would miss this entirely in normal play. But
Dude,
when
I've
you
had...
play,
How many
after
hours do I have on
flying
Towers?
through the night,
I have a lot of hours on Towers and I've never seen it.
Giant donut. Aliens. Colonial
Ooh.
workers. Donuts. Cartoon sitcom references aside, The especially observational game.
Isn't this game like completely
bizarre
broken?
Surprise that quite literally comes out of nowhere in Chapter 7 of the campaign. As the team traverses a cliff edge on their way to rescue their teammate Bella, eagle-eyed players may spot an abandoned box of donuts lying on top of a cliff off to the right of their position. Shooting the box causes it to disappear, moments before a massive donut that wouldn't look out of place on the roof of a bakery chain barrels down the cliff towards you, Indiana Jones style. Sadly, this sweet dose of fun and otherwise bleak and gritty story is short-lived, as the donut will quickly roll off the cliff and into a river of lava below. As tasty as these confections are, a massive one deep-fried in lava is probably a little too unappealing for even a group of seasoned soldiers up against the deadliest life forms in the universe.
That's cool. 47.
Buck's Grooming Service. Halo 3 ODST. The Covenant have successfully overwhelmed Earth's forces and laid waste to New Mombasa and begun their excavation. 1 month later, Sergeant Major Johnson confronts the engineer, a biological supercomputer enslaved by the Covenant.
Again, I've never played Halo.
Reveal its secrets to humanity and spill the beans on what exactly they're digging up. However, during the pivotal moment of this cutscene where the engineer and Johnson are shown face to face, the camera can be panned to the left where you'll see Buck awkwardly ruffling the fur of a caveman that is on the ship for some reason. He finds something in its fur and... gross. Seriously?
Bruh.
Rebecca's basketball image.
Ah, yeah.
Resident Evil 2.
Why does Wesker have this photo?
Leon and Claire will need to scrounge up any and all resources to survive. However, in the STARS office at the police station, one can find the messy desk of Captain Albert Wesker, which, despite its appearance, has no items inside of it. Should you persist in checking the desk 50 times, you are rewarded with the item Film D.
You got to develop it,
Taken to the dark room
and you get a spicy
Discovered
Rebecca
is
picture.
actually a unique picture of Rebecca Chambers in a basketball outfit. Very easily missed without prior knowledge, this rather unusual Easter egg is not the most useful item during a survival horror situation.
I think they remade it for the Resident Evil 2 remake.
Perhaps his interest in Rebecca was less professional than first thought. Skywriting, God of War.
Ah, I never played God of War either.
To find this hidden secret in the
Fight
sky,
me, gamers.
which appears to have been sent by the Wicked Witch of the West as opposed to any god, Kratos must first travel to the entrance of the Temple of the Oracle. Pressing R2 in 3 separate locations, the balcony to the left of the temple that houses a chest and a firefly, the top of the Gravedigger's biggest mound of dirt, and finally across the bridge away from the temple, will cause this warning from above to literally appear out of thin air.
Can't read that.
Kratos, for his most part, shrugs it off and presses on, probably because skywriting is far from the weirdest thing he's encountered on his travels.
Surrender.
And because he's much too angry and
Kratos.
is driven
Oh.
to let a little thing like ominous warnings from the heavens discourage him once he's set his mind to something.
Never surrender. Because we will never surrender.
From Call of Duty Finest Hour. They say it's important to stay healthy when you're a soldier fighting on the front lines of a battlefield. So making sure you get your 5 a day is probably a good idea. However, this Easter egg may well be taking things a step too far. You can find this massive fruit right at the beginning of the Operation Little Saturn level. Instead of following your comrades into battle, you'll need to turn your tank around, drive up a slope, phase through the trees, and take a detour down the winding road along the mountainside. At the end, you'll find an absolutely colossal apple sitting amongst the cliffs and snow-covered trees, towering over you and the tank you're currently controlling. As if this Easter egg it wasn't strange enough already, driving into this apple also reveals that it contains an alien UFO, of all things. There's not much else to this encounter. So
Can I have an alien,
you'll be
please?
able to return to your teammates with one hell of a story to tell, assuming they don't discount your tale as some kind of hunger-based hallucination, at least.
That's cool. 43?
The Lucky Coin.
Ah, yes.
Hitman Blood Money.
This one I know.
Till Death Do Us Part sees Agent 47 infiltrate a Mississippi wedding ceremony to paint the walls red. But hidden amongst the guests is a strange item. In the area where attendants have gathered to fight and dance under the
Yeah.
sunset.
I won't
heading
spoil
to
it.
the far left
I've done
side
this.
of the estate near the swamp will reveal a silver coin. Take out a silenced pistol and shoot it, but nothing happens until you turn around and see this. All the brawlers have stripped down to their toga wear and are applauding you for no apparent reason. While the attention is nice, it'll either be your worst nightmare or a dream
They'll
come
follow
true.
you around, by the way.
This doesn't last forever, as all men involved will return to fighting amongst themselves.
Nah, do it again.
Albeit still underdressed for the occasion.
If you do it again, they'll follow you.
Nero rises from Rise, son of Rome. During Chapter 7,
It looks nice.
Marius finds himself doing battle by a villa with a rather serene-looking pool overlooked by a Scorpio siege weapon. Clear out the area of the Praetorian hostels, being extremely careful
Whoa.
not to hit any of the statues. And once that's done, with the Scorpio, aim and shoot at the two statues on either end of the semicircle surrounding the water feature.
Is this game new? It looks pretty nice.
And lo and behold, the Emperor himself will rise up from the shallow depths to greet you. And from there, Nero just sorta spins there. like a top. Well, I guess he's just about as useful here as he is an emperor. Wonder what'll happen if we get a closer look at him. Well, I guess we can't expect him to be as brave as the other giant deities that appear throughout the game? I don't know. Still really random though.
Yeah.
Drunk Visions, Metro Less Light, Chronicles Pack. This DLC places you in the shoes of Pavel as he makes his escape from bandit-controlled districts of Venice, Russia. After all the close calls and near misses, no one would blame you if you felt the need to take a swig of the local moonshine to calm your nerves. Someone order a chorus line with their drink?
Oh my god, the
Possibly
jiggle
an
physics.
apparition caused by the Green Fairy herself. These dancing girls are ghostly images of the same cabaret show Artyom witnesses in the non-DLC mission Bolshoi. It seems Artyom isn't the only patron of the arts traveling the Metro line.
Number 40.
Dancing Northern Mapes. Fear Extraction Point. Norton is your stereotypical computer geek who appears as a minor adversary in the original Fear, but is deemed deceased by the conclusion of the game, much to the joy of everyone. However, he makes their reappearance in the non-canon Extraction Point in a rather bizarre way. In the Auburn Hospital, Interval 5, Malignancy, is a room named 56-B. In there is an air vent above the waterfall painting. Shooting the vent a few times opens up a wall in the room, leading to a secret area where you'll find Mapes performing a rather odd dance in front of a strange picture. It's unknown why this exists beyond messing around with a very annoying character, which probably explains why you can still shoot and kill him mid-dance. Revenge fantasy aside, I doubt we'll be seeing the funky map stance added to Fortnite's roster anytime soon.
Ethan.
Peach's Secret, Super Mario RPG, Legend of the Seven
Peach's
Stars.
Secret?
With everything Mario has done to save Princess Peach in the Mushroom Kingdom, you would think there would be no secrets between these two good friends. However, should one wander,
She gets captured on purpose and Mario can stay employed.
fireplace, you'll find. Before you can examine the item, Toadstool's grandmother emerges and forces you out with a bribe of a mushroom and telling you to mind your own business, which only serves to make players
Oh
more
my.
If you return with Peach in the party and find it again, Peach will scold you for not respecting her personal property. From this point, the item is no longer found in the game. While there's no confirmation on what this mystery item is, considering reactions from both
I
Peach
wonder
and
what
her
it could
grandmother,
be.
it's fair to say this is something she doesn't want anyone, especially her mustachioed hero, finding. Maybe the sweet and respected princess is not quite as innocent as we have been led to believe. Goat Bed, Tony Hawk's
Oh, I played
American
this. I love this
Wrestler.
game.
This odd and slightly disturbing surprise is located in an apartment complex near a skate park in the Hollywood level. After building up enough momentum to the balcony on the
Sticker
left,
slap the wall.
where you can find a
I think.
weak wall. Smash through it and you'll be greeted with a random goat hanging out on a bed in the room, along with an enthusiastic man who has
This is a reference to Underground 2. There was a guy dancing to a goat as well.
It's unclear exactly what's going on inside this room, but it may be best not.
Hey, we don't know if it's a dildo.
It's probably better to just get back to.
We don't
skating in the
know.
city, so just back away. Slowly.
Alien Abduction. Colin McRae Rally. On
What
almost any
game
planet,
is this?
There's a chance you can have an encounter with the third kind. Closely. All that's required is that you unlock the tracks in question and enter the word Knight Rider as your player name.
Knight Rider.
This will unlock the side roads needed to find the Easter egg in question. So what do? Simple. Keep driving until you find yourself at a crossroad, and whichever way you're told to go down the opposite path. This can be as simple as skirting around a car meant to block the alternate route. This is the case with the map Corsica. As you reach the end of the path, your car will stall, and the player character will attempt in vain to restart the motor.
Oh.
Finally, this will happen.
Ball clip.
You'll suddenly reappear on the main path, having gained 9 minutes to your time, a common occurrence with reported abductions. It's also worth noting that the vehicle now moves around like jelly, an interesting unique effect.
You got drugged and probed.
Dancing Ego Servants. The Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask.
I've never played any
In the
Zelda
world
games
of
either.
Termina, there are many magical and powerful masks that influence the world. The Bremen mask is humble in comparison to its counterparts, summoning animals to follow you like the Pied Piper. What is less known is that the same effect can be utilized against the Ego Servants in the mini-boss fight in Ikana Valley's ruined castle. During the battle against the two serpents, using the Bremen mask will play the ocarina and cause both servants to march along to the tune played. This is a very odd Easter egg, and coming from Majora's Mask, a game filled with oddities and unnerving sights, that's saying something. Once the music ceases, the servants will continue their.
There's a lot of games I've never played, right?
It's a critic.
A lot of like beloved franchises I just never got into.
Dogs playing poker.
Yo can
All
blame
out
my
in
poor
Vegas,
childhood.
Old world blues. While exploring the Big MT in search of your missing brain, you will come across a great many science facilities. The X8 facility in particular holds a very curious sight. After the school test,
I had an original Nintendo, but all I had was bootleg
There's
games.
a number of cyber dogs looking at a Vault Girl poster. Should you have the Wild Wasteland trait, however, you will see something completely different. The cyber dogs will be arranged around a table playing a quick game of poker. This is a reference to a series of paintings, including the infamous Dogs Playing Poker, which was aimed at advertising a line of cigars in the late 1890s and
That's
early
pretty cute.
1900s. Definitely a double take moment, which could be easily overlooked if you're speeding through Old World Blues. But since Obsidian was well known for putting Easter eggs in their original Fallout games, this is but one of many possible oddities to be found when utilizing the Wild Wasteland trait.
Starlene's Celestial Body, Ratchet and Clank. Blackwater City is where the hoverboarders come to grind rails, and rich and
The only
famous
Ratchet
come
and
to
Clank game I
launch
played was
events.
Gladiators.
You'll be spending most of your time hanging around Starlene, the hoverboard event organizer for the planet, who takes a keen interest in Ratchet's superb skills. But some board players discovered between races that there was more to Starlene than meets the eye. Performing flips near
We couldn't
her
afford
was
many
impossible
games when I was a
enough
kid,
to
alright?
comically large proportions, with zero reaction from either party. A cheeky inclusion from a developer who had way too much time on their hands? A hidden talent of Starlene's race? A coding error? Probably not. Regardless, it's still quite a strange and uncomfortable thing to include in this primarily kids game.
Oh wow, I just noticed.
Xbox prototype, Ninja Gaiden 2. Found in Chapter 4 of the campaign, this out-of-place game console is hidden behind some wooden paneling in the deserted museum beneath the Statue of Liberty. Hayabusa can destroy these wooden planks, revealing a chest decorated with a glowing X symbol with a green dot in the center. And just to dispel any remaining doubt over what the reference is, it even makes the iconic power-up jingle of the console should you interact with it. It also comes with the added bonus of restoring his health as well.
That's really cool.
Though exactly
It's justified.
how an in-game console is able to do that is anybody's guess.
I believe the original Nintendo we had was like an import because it was cheaper to buy it from like overseas.
Secret hot tub level.
It was an original Japanese version.
On their quest to restore the damaged spaceship, ToeJam and Earl will strut their way through a variety of environments, avoiding curious and harmful creatures. Although not all pose any actual danger. The first map has a secret island.
I remember being so jealous of my friends who had like different Nintendos, Game Boys and whatnot. I didn't have any of that.
The island itself has a hole in the middle to fall down into a secret hot tub level. Here resides a dancing hula girl, a couple other girls in a hot tub, and a lemonade vendor which you can interact with for an extra life. Definitely the kind of place you'd expect to find these two cool dudes hanging out. Once you leave this area, you'll return to the farthest level you reach by that point, so no progress is lost. The only confusing thing is, why would these aliens want to leave this secret stage when everything they need is right here?
Now what game was that? Jesus.
23 cats in a boat. Assassin's Creed Unity. You've all heard the story about an owl and a pussycat going to sea. But what about 22 other cats also deciding to try their paws at it? Located in the riverways of Saint Marcel and La Bièvre is a random rowboat occupied by no less than 23 felines and a lone sailor who appears less than pleased about his current circumstances. Surprisingly enough, the cats appear to be quite content with their situation, despite their well-known hatred of water and the fact that it appears that they neglected to bring any oars with them on their journey, leaving them becalmed in the middle of the river with no obvious.
There's dead bodies behind you, dude.
Dry land. Exactly why they're there in the first place is a question that the game does not.
The last Assassin's Creed game I played, I think, was Revelation.
Try their luck at fishing.
I had no interest in the later games. I wasn't a big fan of the whole pirate theming that everyone was so obsessed with back then.
May not be such a bad idea. Cupcake Outrage Newspaper, The Crew 2. The giant map of America has 10,000 kilometers of winding roads in various cities. With such a huge size, there was bound to be some Easter eggs and secrets hidden.
You never played any Assassin's Creed? I gotta say, I really enjoyed Assassin's Creed 1 and the Assassin's Creed 2 trilogy. They were great, but I didn't care about the rest.
If the player enters photo mode, they'll notice the headline, Cupcake Outrage. What this is a reference to remains a complete mystery. On the opposite side of it is an inverted photo of a basketball player.
Nice.
What's more interesting is that a black car spawns here facing the phenomenon, almost as if it's part of the government or some secret society. This strange setting is most likely a shout-out Easter egg to the first game, which was set in exactly the same location. The original headline read, World Ending, and featured the body of a corpse on the ground near it. These were removed in the sequel, possibly to cater the age rating to a more family-friendly type of demographic.
What's The Crew? I've heard like its name before, but I never looked into it. GTA?
Locust Toaster, Gears of War 2. This curious oddity can be found in Act 4, Hive, The Best Laid Plans. After exiting the large room where Delta Squad splits up, there's a number of pillars arranged in a half circle.
Never played Gears of War either. Never had an Xbox.
Shooting it will reveal a simplest, harmless toaster that has no business being there.
Oh, I was looking for this.
Curiously enough, if you interact with it, smoke will rise up and 2 slices of toast will pop out, followed by some rather humorous...
Oh, Need for Speed clone.
Depending on the
Okay.
difficulty, Marcus and Dom will have more to share on this.
Sounds like a
rather odd
GTA
situation, with the insanity difficulty revealing the full dialogue.
wants toast? I like 'em crispy. I like 'em crispy on the outside. Hell yeah!
So why is the random toaster there? You might assume it's just a fun Easter egg put in by the devs to lighten the mood, but as it turns out, Marcus misplaced it some time ago.
Who wants toast?
Snake's Dream, Metal Gear Solid 3, Snake Eater, Substance. The Metal Gear Solid franchise is no stranger to Easter eggs and references to other media, but this particular one is probably the most obscure. When Snake is
I should
captured
play
and
the Metal Gear
grounded
Solid
grabs,
games.
then left in his cell,
Eventually.
save the game before escaping, which will lead paramedic to tell about the Dracula movie. Snake, of course, falls asleep in the middle of the conversation. Restart the game, and if done correctly, your save file will be red and have a white flower by it. When selected, you will actually load into a hack and slash zombie game labeled as Guy Savage.
What? Oh, this is the games inside games thing. The Easter egg is the whole other game.
Once you kill a certain number of zombies, Snake will wake up and the regular stealth espionage action will continue.
That's pretty cool.
Contacting allies through the codec will produce different responses relating to the sequence, even suggesting that it was a hallucination fed to Snake whilst incarcerated. For reference, Guy Savage was an original game idea from Hideo Kojima that was eventually cancelled before completion. Why this was added to Snake Eater remains a mystery to this day, but it prompted rumors that Snake may have fears of vampires or the undead. Given what he has to face shortly after this, I don't blame him.
Had the most amazing dream thanks to you.
Ah, you didn't really dream about Drac.
Don't say it. The last thing I need is a double feature. It was surreal. I was being attacked by a horde of weird human-like monsters. What's wrong with me?
Tannis riding a fish. Borderlands. It stands to reason that Borderlands would feature such a silly Easter egg, given that much of the series is built on insane and wacky humor. But how does one find this thing anyway? Well, you need access to Treacher's Landing and head to the most southeastern point of the map. Here you'll discover a hidden dock with a boat which will give you an achievement the moment you set foot on it. In order to see swimming seafood in action, you'll need to shoot a nearby yellow barrel in the water to the right. A green barrel on a mountain of trash directly out to sea.
I do miss Borderlands.
The blue barrel on the boat closest to the rear. And finally, a red barrel to the left floating near the security tower. Wait a moment and several pillars will rise from the depths, and Tannis will emerge to a dramatic fanfare in all her fishy glory before swimming off gloriously into the sunset.
Borderlands was so fun back in. I never played any of the sequels though.
We can all agree that this image alone truly captures the essence of the Borderlands franchise.
The Christmas Tree from Mad Max. Tell me, what's the first thing that comes to mind when you think of Mad Max? Well, whatever you just said, chances are it probably wasn't festive decorations. Still, that's what you end up getting in this utterly bizarre oddity that can be found to the east of Gastown, on the northernmost edge of the Dunes region. So, grab your magnum opus and take a trip out into the wasteland, where you'll find this random tree amongst
That's not
the
creepy at all.
shifting sands, decorated with a star and some bubbles, ready and waiting to celebrate the 25th of December. As to how exactly a fertile tree managed to grow in a post-apocalyptic desert, and why someone felt the need to decorate it for a holiday that's been rendered null and void in the face of planet-wide Armageddon, is a question that ultimately goes unanswered for the remainder of the game. It's quite possible that this tree isn't even real, but instead it's a hallucination born from Max's broken, traumatized mind. I mean, with all the other strange occurrences that take place throughout his journey, it's honestly difficult
Yeah,
to
looks
tell
interesting.
where his reality stops and his fantasy begins.
Idle screen. More down. Picture the scene. You're between matches in your typical medieval hack-and-slash multiplayer game, chilling on the menu screen. You turn away for 1 second, look back, and see this dude shaking his moneymaker as he ascends to the heavens. Though you're more likely to hear him before you notice
What the
it.
hell?
This sprightly
A
chap
Mordhau or
is
Chivalry?
game's test
Are they
up,
kind of like the same type of
rocking
game?
it to your total lack of activity. This Easter egg also carries with it a debuff, which may cause your parries to not work. This is
What?
easily remedied by pressing numpad 1 whilst in game.
Bruh,
Let
I
alone
don't have a
anyone
numpad.
who dares waste time out of glorious battle.
Bathing anime girls. Shadow Warrior.
Oh.
Lo Wang is a man of culture, honorable-ish, and has only the simplest taste in women. He's not looking for three-dimensional human beings with 60 frames of animation or voice lines. Master Leap doesn't make an appearance in this world. His daughters haven't changed one bit, or 16. They can be found in various hidden areas throughout the level, tastefully placed in such locations as behind a waterfall and a bathtub.
Oh
a Mannequin desk in your
my.
local dork room. I mean, arcade. Although Wang really wanted these girls in 3D, he'll just have to settle for the double.
Seasick Pirate, Far Cry 3. You would think that the pirates would be used to sea travel given the lives they lead. So
The only
idea
Far
of a
Cry I
seasick
played is
pirate
Far Cry
quite
2.
pathetic. Yet at map coordinates X800, Y640, there is a beach boat with a dead body by it. A short walk and swim out to sea will have you happen upon a pirate with his head over a toilet below sea level. This appears to be little more than a humorous sight, as well as a subtle jab at seafaring pirates possibly getting seasick. There are no prompts or prerequisites for this Easter egg, so it's purely visual. Nonetheless, it still leaves the question as to just how did both man and latrine make it this far down to the briny depths.
Honestly, it's not a bad game, but I don't get the hype.
Alien Campers. Serious Sam, the next encounter. There are all manner of alien monstrosities that Sam must put down to thwart the invasion of Earth, yet not all of them are murderous killing machines per se. In the western area of the Virginian woods, there's a secret location just on the outskirts of a walled area. Upon approach, you will see a small group of bizarre camping aliens called Dib Dib Dum Dum, which resemble thin red aliens with huge camper packs. Once they notice you, they attack with melee moves, which are easy to dodge and counter. As it turns out, these aliens were captured and modified for the purpose of scouting and exploration missions. This appears to be a joke poking fun at camping and scouting clubs, and Sam will exclaim upon killing them,
"Do I get a badge for killing you guys?"
Interestingly, at the campsite they appear to be roasting a gnar on a spit, despite no gnar enemies being present in this Serious Sam game.
Bruh. I've never played Serious Sam either, but I know that was a game from my era.
Singing Vortigaunt, Half-Life 2. After escaping the Combine pursuit
Never had a
and
good
destroying
computer
the attack helicopter
back then.
near the end of Water Hazard, open the large gate and drive your airboat right then left. You'll approach two outflow pipes, with the left one partially open. With clever positioning of the boat, you can climb up and into the pipe opening and sprint through the toxic waste to reach an opening to a cave. In this cave is a small campfire with a singing Vortigaunt nearby. As soon as he notices you, however, he coughs and ceases his melody. With the dead headcrabs on the side, it's implied the Vortigaunt ate them. It's possible to interact with him, to hear a variety of statements relating to Gordon Freeman, Half-Life 1, Vortigaunt philosophy, and its perspective on the plot of Half-Life 2.
We take our stand beside you here upon this miserable rock.
This Easter egg is very easy to miss, due to being quite well hidden and requiring some clever parkour to even access. Totally worth it for the fun distraction on your conquest to liberate humanity from the Combine.
No further compromise shall we allow.
Never came across that when I played.
Shadow Puppets. Trials Evolution. The weird and wild motorbike tracks laden throughout the game unsurprisingly house a particularly unusual series of Easter eggs. At the very start of the Way of the Ninja track, go backwards slightly then bail out, followed quickly by holding up and left. If you get on top of the barrier, then the Easter egg should activate by switching screens to a grainy old style projection featuring 2 shadowy squirrels. From here, you're presented with a rather elaborate silhouette play that has to be seen to be believed, showing a squirrel fighting off an enemy invasion. It's unknown as to why this exists at all, but it makes for a nice reward for intrepid explorers who reach areas of the map they probably shouldn't be getting into.
Okay.
Out of Bounds, Motocross Madness. An old and often overlooked title back in bygone days of PC gaming, Motocross Madness is a rather simplistic but nonetheless satisfying motorbike riding experience.
Really?
However, one
Doesn't look very
lesser known
satisfying.
feature is what happens when you try to go too far out of bounds. On the far edges of the outdoor terrain maps sit large cliffs. It takes a few tries to scale these cliffs, but if you make it to the top and keep on going, you and your bike would be catapulted back with incredible force in the opposite direction.
That's awesome.
This is coupled with the sound of a cannon firing and the traditional cartoon falling sound effect.
That's awesome.
Believed to be a dated means of preventing going out of bounds rather than just using an invisible wall. No amount of mad stunts or slick slides can prepare you for taking this scenic route across the map.
I like that. It's better than having boring ass invisible walls.
Rubber Ducky Boat, Just Cause 3.
Again, I only played Just Cause 2.
There are many powerful, speedy, and capable vehicles that Rico can acquire to aid his goal of liberation throughout general chaos. But there is one so useless and yet so joyful that it's worth seeking out. At a very specific lake on the main island, you can find a large rubber duck on its shores. With careful use of the grapple, you can drag the duck to the water, only to discover you can ride it much like a jet ski. While it is incredibly funny to see a battle-scarred Rico riding a large rubber duck, it has no weapons or functionality. Plus, since the lake is landlocked, there is no way to get the duck to open waters, which limits its usefulness for what little travel it's capable of. The duck cannot be unlocked at the Rebel Drop Garage, because according to Alessia, they can't do anything with it. So, it looks like birds of a feather don't flock together after all.
That's interesting.
That beloved bookcase. Postal 2, Paradise Lost. Even for a game as crammed full with crude humor and just flat out weird occurrences, this encounter still manages to take the prize of being one of the weirdest. If you take a trip down to the cemetery, you can find a tombstone dedicated to the memory of, quote, that beloved bookcase. Now, with this being the postal universe, the postal guy can openly show his disrespect for the dead by urinating on the grave. What he most likely wasn't counting on, however, was the bookcase taking offense to that. Doing so will cause a humanoid being made entirely of books and shelving to rise out of the grave, packing a pair of knuckle dusters. They're obviously not too happy about having their eternal rest disturbed either, as they immediately try to put you 6 feet under in response. Luckily for you, this thing is no less vulnerable to weaponry than your average human being, and you'll need some resolve in this unexpected confrontation. It won't stop attacking until one of you is put out of commission. With no other option, you'll need to hit the books to make it out of this encounter, by making sure this bookcase rests in pieces from now on.
Oof. I've played Postal, but I never played the DLC.
Football Glory Tournament, Serious Sam 4. After speaking to Kenny on the bridge at the start of One More for the Road, head down the main road until you see a closed stall to your left. Just past it is a small alleyway down which you can hear the cries and cheers of hundreds of avid fans.
You're watching football during the alien invasion?
One thing that can generate a buzz like that, football.
Welcome to the Football Glory Tournament, starring Crow Team versus Crow Team.
It just so happens that a secret stadium is still open for business, featuring teams that weirdly look exactly like Sam. Scoring points for either team will net you armor and ammo, just like a smaller version of this Easter egg earlier in this game. There's only two other things you can do after witnessing such a surreal spectacle. Either you can blast the Sams to smithereens, or sit beside yourself in the stands and cheer for you, or, well, you.
That's goofy.
Giant Cabot, Saints Row 2.
Like
Like
this I
most
remember.
kaiju, you wouldn't expect something this large to be able to hide itself beneath the ocean waves with ease, but it's so well hidden, it's virtually impossible to stumble across.
Saints Row
it
2
without
was such a
prior
good game.
knowledge. To find it, grab yourself a boat or jet ski and head on over to Ruin Island, which is located out in the middle of nowhere off the west coast of the map. From there, you'll have to follow the arrows directing you to a series of other small islands nearby until you reach the fourth and final one, which will vanish out from underneath your feet once you step foot on it. Finding yourself in the middle of the sea surrounded by a ring of arrows, a gigantic bunny rises out of the depths before you like a cuter mammalian version of Godzilla.
Seriously though, if you haven't played Saints Row 2, definitely go play it.
Cake. Doom Eternal. No, this isn't a lie. Even with the whole world going to hell, you still have the chance to get your hands on one last slice of birthday cake if you're willing to put the effort in. Located near the Super Gore Nest in the 5th level of the campaign, spawning the sweet treat involves finding and destroying 3 balloons hidden around a collapsed bridge after previously
didn't
obtaining the
hate
3 keys scattered throughout the level.
But
These balloons are found in a
any
drainage
game
pipe
after 3 got progressively worse and worse, and I played them all.
destroyed bus,
2 is phenomenal.
and beneath the hand of a fallen UAC mech. Bursting these balloons will cause the cake to spawn on a ledge overlooking the fallen bridge.
I feel like they
Topped
were
off with a
trying
mega
too
health
hard to
collectible
differentiate
that
themselves
gives you
from
a
the more
much-needed
serious
energy boost.
gay by going extra goofy, but it eventually just...
Unfortunately, you won't have time to save your
telling the
success,
same joke over and
as
over
2
again, you know.
tyrants immediately spawn in to gatecrash your little one-man party. The Slayer, naturally, is in no mood to share his newfound dessert, so instead of cutting the cake, you'll swiftly go to work cutting the tyrants down to size instead.
I've
Rats
never
with
played Doom.
guns. No amount of police training could have prepared Max to face a foe as strange as this. If you want to meet this firearm-wielding pack of violent vermin, you'll need 4 things. A hand grenade, the small hole in the wall at the beginning of the Live from the Crime Scene chapter, plenty of ammunition, and a decent dose of courage for good measure. To begin, smoke the rats out of their hole by tossing the grenade into it. This leads to the game declaring that you just declared a war against rats. From there, progress through the level as normal until you get to the platform where a number of rats can be seen scurrying across the ground. They're evidently none too pleased at Max blowing up their house, as they immediately all pull human-sized pistols on him in an attempt to smoke him out in turn. What follows is a deceptively tricky encounter, as the rats are a lot smaller, quicker, and harder to target than human foes that you've become accustomed to gunning down prior to this. With a bit of perseverance and quick thinking, however, Max will prevail.
Number?
Maiden Outlook at Night.
Oh, Yume-Nikki.
Yume-Tuki. Yume-Tuki's dreamscape features a plethora of gorgeous and frightening sights laden with symbolism and secrets. Maiden Outlook is one of those locations. To access this location,
Game is spooky.
you
I
need to
should
sit
play
on
it
a bench
actually.
in Japantown and wait until the bus comes and picks you up. You'll eventually appear in a lovely overlook viewing a large statue of a woman. This area can be visited at sunset by random chance. But come across the outlook at night, you'll be blessed, or rather cursed, with an unnerving sight.
Yikes.
The head of the maiden appears missing from the statue. The head flies around the location, moving closer and further away at random. Perhaps not the scariest thing to find in the game, it is nonetheless a jarring event you will soon forget.
Yeah.
There's a thin line between...
Dude, if I was playing this at like 3 a.m.
Which side is
alone,
this on?
I'd be so... Pixel games are way more spooky to me than like modern
Giant
horror
toilet.
games.
Crackdown 2. Pacific City is in the midst of being overrun by hordes of freaks. And to make matters worse, a terrorist organization called Cell planned to flush the keep straight down the toilet. Little does the agency know how literally this is. Agency Island has a very large smokestack. Should you dive down through the top, you'll fall down the rabbit hole and eventually find a giant toilet, splashing headfirst into the bowl. This will definitely catch anyone off guard and honestly begs the question, why is this thing sitting here beneath the city? And where does it even flush to? If blasting the scum out of Pacific City as option 1 doesn't work, at least they have this toilet as number 2.
Bruh.
Mermaid, Wild Woody. During the second stage course, there is a rather racy Easter egg to be found. Normally, you can sketch out things like mermaids and tornadoes to help remove threats. If you manage to gather 5 specific power-ups in a very specific order, you unlock a single-use mermaid power-up. Unlike other mermaids, this one is showing a bit more skin than her counterparts.
My.
But everything will return to normal once time is run out. Considering the difficulty of making this Easter egg happen at all, it is likely most players will miss this completely. Most likely included by a dev with too much time on their hands. Perhaps they hoped it would encourage players to play through the rest of this game in hopes of finding more secrets like this.
Interesting.
Giant Crow, The Evil Within 2. Trapped in a virtual reality teeming with all manner of mutilated monsters out for your blood. Can this situation possibly get any weirder?
Never really got
As
into the
smashed
evil.
test after
Felt
laying
like it was
eyes
much of a
upon this
Hollywood
normally
horror.
large avian? Yes, it very much can. If you want a glimpse for yourself, progress through the game to Chapter 3 and carefully search beneath the cars dotted throughout the town. There are 3 losts hidden amongst them. Be careful not to let them see you, or this Easter egg will not work. The lost will gather at the back of the North Safe House, where Sebastian must sneak kill them all from behind. Done correctly, the massive crow will be summoned nearby. Although it bucks the trend of most giant animals in this franchise have by not behaving aggressively towards you in any way, take it down and you'll be rewarded with a huge pile of green gel, and the feeling of satisfaction that comes with finding this odd secret. If you feel pleased about having done so, don't hesitate to crow about it.
Home stretch.
Purple Hat Ending, Black Mesa. This fan-made remake of the original Half-Life game includes 2 achievements called the Rare Specimen and the Rarest Specimen. The requirements for which not only reference the infamous Little Rocket Man achievement of Half-Life 2 Episode 2, but also gives the ending of the game an unexpected twist if players are willing to go through the absolute pain and effort to obtain it. In Chapter 3 of the story, the player can find a small ledge hidden between 2 pipes located in Sector C of the Black Mesa facility, upon which rests a mysterious purple top hat. The player must then have to travel with it and keep it safe through the entire journey to Zen, eventually dropping it into the reactor along with themselves at the end of the game. It's almost worth noting that the player cannot use their weapons while the hat is picked up. Jumping through the reactor to Zen unlocks the achievement The Rare Specimen, but for the extra ending, the player must find the dropped hat in Zen.
Bruh. Dedication, man.
Which is hidden away in the rock face. Pick it up and carry it through the remainder of the game, right up until they finally defeat the Nihilith at the end of Chapter 18. Upon doing so, an achievement will pop, the final cutscene and the decision that follows plays out as normal, but with one major twist.
Or rather, in the hazard suit, I took the liberty of relieving you of your weapons. Most of them were government property.
The G-Man will now be wearing the hat while delivering his final monologue, still maintaining his professional demeanor throughout. This change of fashion stands out so much from the otherwise muted tones of his business suit that it's near impossible not to crack a smile over it.
You managed over there. I am impressed.
Whether or not this is an adequate reward for hauling that piece of gaudy headgear through nearly the entire game is subject to debate.
Worth it.
They
100%.
agree with me that you have limitless potential.
Pied Piper statue. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. Of all the locations in the Call of Duty franchise, it's already a little unusual that an Easter egg based on the popular German legend, the Pied Piper of Hamelin, should show up in the London-based Cheshire Park map. Released as part of the Season 4 update, open up the multiplayer map and begin your search for 5 mousetraps located randomly around the area. Destroy them to advance.
Man, I haven't played this game.
Once the last trap has been dealt with, a huge slice of cheese will appear which you must collect.
I only played
Then
Warzone.
search for the rest of the wheel which, again, can be in one of several places around the map. Finally, return to the Pied Piper statue and place the cheese in place to begin the show.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. You shoot them out? Never mind.
Well, that was colorfully disturbing. Turns out, after eating all that cheese, the mice weren't feeling too Gouda.
Bruh.
Golden Mutant Chicken, Dancing Wretch, and Top Hat and Cane. Gears of War 3. 2 for the price of 1 with this entry. Finding the chicken is a simple matter, as it's in Act 1, anchored, so you don't need to travel very far to see it. To do so, hang around the 4 pipes on the sides of the ship until a button prompt gets Marcus to call out a greeting into each of them, at which point a standard farmyard chicken will inexplicably pop out to say hello. If you choose to indulge in a spot of video game cruelty by shooting this seemingly defenseless bird, you'll get away with it the first few times. Push your luck, however, and it'll decide to bite back in an extremely unexpected fashion. The chicken will suddenly grow to approximately 10 feet tall, turn gold, and attack you at blinding speed whilst breathing fire.
Damn.
In addition to exploding into flowers once you recover from the shock and kill the thing. The Dancing Wretch will take significantly more effort to find. First, you'll need to jump into the Checkout multiplayer map in order to see it. Through a complex process involving fire alarms, extinguishing another alarm that ironically has set alight, shooting a top hat and cane that crop up in a shopping trolley, and the ceiling of a restroom, and finally extinguishing near the room where the wretch spawns, this Easter egg makes you work in order to catch a glimpse of it. If done correctly, you'll be rewarded with the hilarious image of a wretch busting some moves while decked out in stylish headwear, and a cane that gives it a neat Victorian gentleman vibe.
And then you just kill it. Bruh. Worth it?
Opening fire
Totally.
will make the wretch vanish back into the smoke, as mysteriously as it first appeared, though not before leaving its accessories.
Totally
as a
worth
parting
it.
Gift.
Number 5.
Alien abduction, Dying Light. The following.
Is Dying Light good?
Having a city full of zombies is
Never
crazy
played it.
enough, but add aliens to the mix, and that just brings it to a whole new level of insanity. As part of the following expansion, you'll be able to encounter 15 glowing rocks strewn across the map, each seemingly useless at any other point in the game. However, make your way to the small cottage in the countryside and
It looks
place them
cool
in
though.
the
Isn't it like
Soon
parkour?
You'll discover that there's more to these stones that meet the eye, as outside you find this.
Mr. Doctor, Doctor. Oh, Doctor.
Hello, mister. Wow, hello. What you got inside? Yes, hello.
They're literally probing your butt while they show you this.
I'm not entirely sure what outer space intelligences hope to learn from that, but it sure as hell was confusing. One thing's for certain, they could have picked a better spot to drop you off. With your feet firmly planted back on Earth, you'll find 5 uranophobic fission cores hidden in your inventory as a parting gift. But the encounter doesn't end here. If you head east and dive deep into the ocean just off the coast of a small islet, you'll find another flying saucer wedged in the depths. Inside a hatch, you'll discover a stargazer outfit, a blueprint for the uranophobic Fabaceous Ornithomancer, and some money for your troubles.
What?
Just what is a uranophobic Fabaceous Ornithomancer? Fun.
That's awesome.
Getting over it, just cause 4. A game known for fast action and explosions, every minute would seem like an odd place for a slow-paced precision minigame. Yet in the Picos Helados region, at the southeast border to Hanasacha region, is a very suspicious cauldron.
Oh no.
You can enter like a regular vehicle. Once inside,
Oh
the screen
dear.
enters at a side-on angle like a 2D platformer, and your only means of movement is to push and pull yourself along. This is a barefaced reference to the game Getting Over It with Benefati, which requires you to climb an increasingly difficult set of objects
Oh
to reach
dear.
the top.
This game.
You even have narrations from a variety of in-game characters and Benefati himself.
Now, I know you're most likely watching this Easter egg online, where someone else has discovered and recorded it for you, like a baby bird being fed chewed up food.
Wow, is it meta?
Don't worry. That's culture too.
If you can complete the minigame with your sanity still intact, then you are rewarded with the option to play this minigame anywhere on the game map by simply calling for it like any other vehicle. Though why you would want to put yourself through even more torture raises several questions we don't want answered.
Is it fast travel?
Bottle Rocket, Hitman 2. The Atlantide space program needs the help of a specialty hitman to launch their latest vessel into orbit, and you're just the man for the job. In the A Silver Tongue special assignment, part of the second pack of missions by the same name, Agent 47 must infiltrate the Miami International Street Circuit and eliminate the conman CEO of the bottled water company Atlantide. However, if you're feeling a little thirsty for hidden Easter eggs, search around for 3 bottles of Atlantide water hidden on various rooftops around the level. It'll require a silent sniper rifle and some stealthy platforming around restricted areas, but shoot all 3 and red domes will light up on the top of a building in the distance. Once this objective is completed, head to the VIP area and you'll find a pedestal with a button prompting you to launch. Launch what, you might ask?
Bottle. Nice. Uh-oh.
Whoops. Guess that won't be breaking out of the atmosphere anytime soon.
Number 2.
Out of this dimension, Star Fox.
Ah, this is well documented.
In your quest to remove the threat of Andros from the galaxy, there is a well-known black hole in the center of the galactic map, ominously hanging in the void. During the second stage of the hard route, there will be a large asteroid to the right which, if shot enough, will trigger an egg to fly out and hatch a large space bird. If you crash into it, you will be taken to an entirely new stage called Out of This Dimension, along with a call from General Pepper calling out for you to save the galaxy from Andros. The stage itself features its own music track along with a morphing background made up of a number of planets with faces on their surfaces. Unique paper enemies will spawn and attack during the stage until you reach the boss in the form of a giant slot machine.
Bruh.
To defeat this boss, you need to get a 777, which causes the boss to release...
Gambling is the ultimate boss.
Load. And just like that, the credits play and the end text appears in a broken font which you can restore by shooting the letters. But since you truly haven't beaten the game, you cannot progress without restarting the whole thing. Here, you are trapped forever, lost in a dimension while Andros runs rampant throughout the galaxy. Hope that jackpot was worth it.
Number 1, the last.
Raz's Weird Dream, Psychonauts 2.
I've never played Psychonauts.
The world of Psychonauts is one that is only restricted by the imagination, as the mind is part of the adventure. This can lead to the discovery of all manner of weird and wonderful experiences. One such experience will leave the player with so many questions. After completing the main storyline, return to the Hollis Hot Streak level, head to the maternity ward, and follow the mental connection nodes to the top of the entrance tunnel. When confronted with a giant roulette machine, use telekinesis to grab a nearby giant pen and throw it at the ward sign. This will trigger a simple animation that shows Raz being rushed into a maternity ward, somehow being a pregnant male.
Kiss this piglet's behind. Lobato is almost defeated for good.
The details as to how and why this occurred are carefully omitted, bringing forward a comedic yet slightly disturbing sequence which ends with being kicked back to the game with Raz remarking,
Not that dream again.
The sequence is weird in itself, but thought that Raz had this dream before is even more disturbing. The theory is that this is a reference to Penn Ward, who is a popular animator, and since activating this requires tossing a giant pen at a ward sign, then it's a reasonable theory.
I would like to dedicate this small portion of the video to Scott Campbell, art director of Psychonauts, artist of Psychonauts 2, and illustrator of Zombie in Love, a childhood book of mine. When I was in elementary school, I was doing an art project using recycled goods with my mom as part of a contest through multiple school districts. She had taken a liking to the book Zombie in Love, and wanted to use the characters from the book in some way with our art project, but we were not quite sure if we could use them without getting in trouble. She sent an email to Mr. Campbell about it just in case, and he responded very quickly, saying he was more than happy to let us use them. He asked if we could send him a picture of it when it was all done, and he seemed very excited that his characters were being used. Fast forward 10
That's
years,
sweet.
I sent Mr. Campbell an email thanking him for allowing me to use the characters as it was an important moment from my childhood, and that I was just loading up Psychonauts for this top list and recognized his art style. To my surprise, he remembered me in the project, and was interested in seeing footage I would be getting from Psychonauts. This is a thank you to Mr. Campbell, someone who cherishes the memories of those inspired by his work. I hope many more are
Wow.
inspired by you. Keep it up.
That's sweet. Got me all warm and fuzzy inside. Thank you, Tats. That was awesome. Alright, I've been going for almost 4 hours, so I think I might wrap it up here, guys. Oh, before I go, I had that really cool thing that I was going to show you guys. One moment. It's cool to me. Probably super lame to you guys. Sorry, let me just disable my mic filters. There we go. And I don't think any of you guys will get this reference, because it's very weeby. Oh, it's on. So this is a belt from Kamen Rider. One of those show, I guess a brief intro would be Kamen Rider is the sister series to Super Sentai, which is the original Japanese Power Rangers. And I have the belt, which is like their changing morpher device. And I managed to make a full-size one. Full-size strap. Pretty cool. For me. Hold up. Let's see if I can show some footage without getting copyrighted. I'll mute it. Subs on in English. Hold up. Is it PC? How cool is that? One more. %100% gonna get copyrighted. Oh no, the watch didn't work. Hold up. Come on, that's pretty cool. Now, I'm gonna watch and see if this stream gets copyrighted because of that, because that property belongs to Toei, I think. Yeah, it does. Alright. So I'm gonna head off now. It's getting pretty late. It's almost 3 AM actually. And I have work the following day. So this will be my last day of break. Oh boy. I'll be streaming again next Saturday. So in just under a week's time. And also, I've recorded a couple of videos already, which I'll probably release. I'll release a video this week talking about like spooky shit. And yeah, and just sprinkled in between all the random other reaction videos. But for now, I'll see you guys when I see ya. This stream was going. Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to stream tonight, but oh well. I decided why not. I have some free time. It's the last day of break anyways. Who cares? Oh, after tomorrow, it's back to the usual grind, you know? Back to work. Sucks, but you gotta do what you gotta do to earn money. Yeah. I actually was going to talk about what I want to do in the future. And, oh shit, sorry. I need to enable my filters again because you guys can probably hear all the background noise. Okay. I was going to talk about like what I want to do in the future with my channel and just with my career overall. Because honestly, working at this job is fine. Actually, very, very good. It's a very flexible job. But it doesn't fulfill me, right? I know I haven't said much about my job per se in terms of what I do in detail. I mean, I have complained about it a little bit, but I'm a creative type person. I like making things. I like editing things, you know. I like media. This job is the furthest thing from media. So it's always just a means to an end, but never the end goal. Hopefully 2022 brings me opportunity to take my channel to the next level and maybe allow me to do this with reward, basically, with justification. Something I can actually sink hours in and get something out of it. On top of just enjoyment. But anywho, I need to go. So you guys have a lovely day, night, afternoon, evening, wherever you're from. And keep killing it, guys. Stay safe, stay sober, have fun. Bye-bye. Have a lovely week.